going on, people? Today is a special day, as always, because it's your boy Marv Black.
Hey, son, here.
Ant McGee.
And we are the Nerds in the Hood. But we got a special guest. I can't make that Smash Brothers sound when a new fighter approaches, but I can say we have a new challenger in the building. A special guest. Go ahead and state your name, cuz.
We got your boy Luiggy, also known as Stash, founder of Uptown's here with the Nerds in the Hood. I am grateful to be here on this beautiful Monday. Shouts to everybody here. So far, I'm grateful to be here with these three splendiferous gentlemen. I think they're missing one other person in the crew.
Yes.
But you know what? They're here in spirit. We're here chilling together. We rocking out. I'm grateful to be here. Everybody who's here so far, communicate with us through the chat. Let us know what's up, how you feeling. Communicate. Let us know what's good. But again, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate all of that. Couldn't have said it better myself. But yeah, we're here. Just like he said, we're about to get this episode started. We just wanted to get back into things because it's warm outside, and the Nerd said we got to go outside. And has been telling me, calling me. He said, "Yo, we need to be outside." I said, "I heard you. Let's do it."
Facts.
So here we are. We linked up with Lil, and we are outside.
And it's crazy because this past weekend it was like 9,000 degrees. My energy levels was at 9,000.
Over 9,000.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we really outside, and what I want to share with that is, this summer I feel like is gonna be a creative renaissance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all creatives, whether it be Nerds in the Hood, Uptown's Finest, VGA, Pizza Zoo, whatever magnitude you are, this is our summer. So continuously push with what y'all doing for all artists involved. Everybody who's here who's an artist, yo, thank y'all for showing love to other artists such as ourselves for being here.
I appreciate it. I know obviously you guys do things in the summer. We've been to a few year events last year. Y'all got something coming up in June, right?
So outside of Uptown's Finest, I am a part of another business called Video Game Amateurs. So I teeter-totter between the both. Uptown's Finest is singular. That's for myself. That's something I worked on and I brought to life. This is my 3.5 year I'm having that for myself.
That's what's up.
So now, my 2.5 year having that, about to be 3 years, but as long with what you mentioned, VGA, short for Video Game Amateurs. This June 10th, we will be in the Boogie Down Bronx Brewery.
Yes, sir.
From 4 p.m. I'm just not going to say 4 because some people, 4 in the morning? No, not 4 in the morning. 4 p.m. till 11 o'clock at night. We will be at Bronx Brewery. It's going to be filled with games. We got special guests today. We actually announced we got Maddie Lane coming through, who's going to bless us with a special set. We're going to have my man SB, also known as Brandon Life, spinning some music. Y'all know Brandon.
Yeah,
my man Haas Khan is going to be there. Cash Games Only, our boys Yusuf. We got some new activation points. I'm going to throw teasers specifically only for Nerds in the Hood. You're only going to hear it here and nowhere else. After here, I'm just shutting up. But I'm going to say it here because I want to throw a lot of gems for this episode. You know what I'm saying? Nerds in the Hood exclusive. So we're going to keep it super exclusive for here. We got Maddie Lane. We're going to have another spectacular DJ who will confirm tomorrow. And I'll just say she's a lady, definitely from the Bronx. Yabro, who's going to be coming through. It's going to be a beautiful night. So June 10th, free for everybody. Got to let that be known. Free for everyone to attend. Of all ages, all colors. Pull up with your crew. Come play some games. I will be there present also, and one of the things that I'll share with you exclusively is I will be doing and I usually do this all the time, but I'm going to be delivering Las Manos in Smash Brothers Ultimate. If anybody could beat me in Smash Brothers Ultimate throughout the course of the night, there's a special prize because there might be more than one person. There might be no person. But what I am saying is they're available.com. I got the domain for my hands. They will be available
from my hands. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Yeah, like, come catch these. Come catch this
I got
work.
the domain for my
You know what I'm
hands.
saying?
They say, yo, you're gonna step into the arena. You're gonna catch this work. I'm just saying.
So Bronx Brewery is gonna be my hyperbolic time chamber.
Nice.
For Smash Brothers, and outside of that, I just want to ask y'all a question. Have you ever heard of a game called Puzzle Fighter?
Yes.
In my opinion, think I am the best on the planet. I've been playing this since the day it came out, literally in the apartment right above me. My cousin used to live there. We bought the game at Game Express. For those in chat who are gamers, Game Express was down on 33rd between 6th and 7th Avenue. This is back then when video games, it's $50, yo, but all I got is 45. Yo, give me the 45. Remember that time when you could haggle?
Yeah, you could haggle
with some of the prices? They don't do that no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we bought Puzzle Fighter. My cousin bought it. And I'm not going to lie, like, as a kid, you're more addicted to stuff as an adult. Because it's like, I want more. And, yo, the hands wanted more. And the thing about video games is mental to hand coordination. Boom, 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 boom. And growing up, all I did was play, not only, but I played Puzzle Fighter heavy. Something about it.
I was about to say, I feel like Puzzle Fighter was definitely one of those games that got your hand-to-eye coordination top 5. Like, if you were a good Puzzle Fighter player, then you was able to make moves quickly. Because the decisions were like, especially if you're playing a game against someone that's good, if both of you guys are good players, then it's like really instant. Especially if they drop, they get a couple of lines and they drop the reload on you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you whatever plan you had, you gotta adjust quick, and that's what the whole game is about. And you'll see players playing for a good little minute, and that's how you can tell when it's a good player versus somebody who just picked up the sticks. You're like, you know how to play.
Yeah. So have y'all, before I continue, have y'all played it on your own? Y'all ever played it?
I'm an amateur Puzzle Fighter player. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm definitely in that boat. I played like once.
What about yourself?
Pokemon Puzzle League, yes. Puzzle Fighter, no.
Yeah.
So I think as you said,
I could definitely play it.
That's what it is.
But I'm and the funny thing is that I'm good at Tetris, right? I am good at Tetris, and I like Tetris. But when you play Puzzle Fighters,
it's a different animal.
It's a different animal.
And it's crazy because, like, even as a kid, I Tetris been around since way back when. For everybody who knows, Tetris has been around since probably we was all around. You know what I'm saying? It's been around for a minute. So with Puzzle Fighters, I played it a lot. I started going to tournaments on my own, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, here in the tri-state area as a young kid, because I realized, damn, I'm playing this for free. My cousin and I are just whooping each other's, can I say asses?
Yes.
We was whooping each other's asses, and it's like, yo, I need more. Like, how can I fulfill my hands more? So I started venturing out, and this was before the internet was big.
Yeah.
So you just, back in the day, you gotta know to know whose house is playing in, what tournament. So I used to go around playing Puzzle Fighter, and yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I used to literally whoop ass in tournaments, win money. I used to pay for me to go to places based off of me just winning with people, and ultimately leading now to present. I'm just unstoppable. I'm an unstoppable force. We had a VGA event down at OS, short for Operating System, down in Chinatown. There's a guy called Johnny Numbers. Are y'all familiar with Johnny Numbers?
No, but that sounds awesome. No.
So he's the 2015, he's 2015 Nintendo World Champion for Smash Brothers and a couple of other games. Best Wii Fit player on the planet. This guy is phenomenal. So he comes through, he signed up for the tournament. We also have free play. If y'all been to the VGA events, we got like retro systems, all types of stuff. So the retro system's there, PlayStation's there, right? So what do? Oh, anybody come play me in Puzzle Fighter. And you know who was there? Johnny Numbers.
Johnny Numbers.
And in my head, I didn't know who the guy was originally because I'm like, oh, this dude, he's sitting on the floor.
I love that situation. I love that type of situation.
Dude, he was sitting on the floor.
Like, you don't know, you just like, yo, all right, you'll play. And then you play the person or whatever, and then somebody else comes to you and it's like, yo, you know who you playing with? You're like, no.
And that's what happened. We were streaming the event, and people on stream were like, yo, y'all know who that is? So when we finally Googled it, there's a whole Google page for the homeboy.
Oh, snap.
So I'm like, damn, I'm not even there yet. But you know what? Let me play you. Who wanted to play me a Puzzle Fighter? And guess who came out on top?
Oh.
My boy represented.
The hands.
Not only did I represent,
Marvelous.
Monday is available. Yo, I beat my man, and I just didn't know who he was. But then when I find out, I took 3 shots back to back to back because I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt like Donkey Kong. And yeah, so leading back to it at Bronx Brewery, I will be there playing Puzzle Fighter, Smash Brothers. If anybody could beat me, I got some special prizes for y'all. And yeah, that's what's going down with VGA for June 10th, which is on a Friday also.
I do remember. I do remember. I believe I came through to the last one y'all did last summer.
That was also Bronx Brewery.
Bro, that's also at Bronx Brewery.
That might have. Was that the first game in Chill?
No, that was like
That
a
was the
second, if
second
I'm
one.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because the first one, me and you came, and the second time we brought H-Son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we came for the second one, and I remember I watched you play Smash Brothers on like both sides of the room, and both sides, yo, the person he was playing, yo, he was calm. He was like this. Like, yeah, all right, if I move to the left, I get him next time. It's cool, it's cool. Yo, the dude every dude he was playing was like. I was sitting there dying. I was like, yo, dudes was struggling.
And I think it was Ya Boy who came and yo, I was down 2-0 in the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down 2-0, not in the match, in matches. I got beat twice, so I'm like, yo, I lose this one, it's a wrap. That's the 5. Like, what do I do? And I had Yusuf, our boy Cash Games Only, shots him, just yapping it up in my ear, and I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic. Oh, man.
You gotta beat him.
Shout out to everyone that's in the chat right now. We see you. Yo, Yusuf, Cash Games, I wish you was there. Because that was something that you needed to hear, bro. Because he is infamous for that, bro. He is infamous for talking shit, especially when he's not on the sticks. Like, yo, what? He be hyping it all the way up. I had a similar situation recently. I went to your Buddha Bar event. And people were looking for you at the event. They're like, yo, anybody seen Luiggy? Anybody seen? And I'm like, nah. And then I look over, and I see mad people looking up at the screen. I'm like, let me go see who's over there. And so I step up, and one dude was like, yo, homie over here is wrecking these dudes. I look, who's on the sticks? Luigi's on the sticks. I'm like, yo, this where you at, bro?
The Whiskers was on the sticks. The Whiskers was on the
sticks.
sticks.
I was like, Uptown's over here. He over here cooking niggas, bro. They cooking, bro.
And yo, he just did not shut up. So I'm like, and now I know. I've seen in professional tournaments, some people put headphones on.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, I need to be here.
Yeah.
I need to be present.
Yeah.
That is when you have to be present.
Mm-hmm.
And in Bronx Brewery, there's no way I could have done that.
There's
Because
a lot going on.
So what I did was, I went in my own hyperbolic time chamber with everyone around me. Not 1, not 2, but 3 straight matches. I beat my man up. Boom, boom, boom. Came back. And I ain't play for the rest of the night because that was it. I had to cut the curtains off. I had to shut the electricity off because that was this is 8 people I beat. That's it, no more. Like that made me feel happy. And as gamers for y'all, have y'all ever had, and I asked y'all this, have y'all ever had a moment in a particular game that y'all have had a moment where it's like, nah, man, I got it. Like, no more of this. I'm done. Have you ever felt that?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
What game would it be with yourself?
Well, it technically was Smash Brothers. The only problem was once I got to y'all humbled me. So I was like, okay, I thought it was nice. Ultimate Ninja Storm, and yes, we are. We're going to answer.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, Smash Brothers was definitely one of those times. The Smash Brothers you already know is a feeling because it's like you're going hard. You're really going hard to get the W, and once you finally see that game flash up on the screen, homie dying in slow motion, you're like, yeah, it's just an incredible feeling. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm franchise is another one. And of course, everybody in the hood knows NBA 2K. If you win any game, whether it's by 1 point, 20 points, whatever, the world is on your shoulders. Years ago, we've always given him crap because he's not the best in our crew. But one day he beat another member of our show who's not here named Dev. Dev was highly upset, but the smile on his face is priceless.
Worth it.
It's priceless.
I would have bought my man a sandwich or something.
We wrote up something for him.
Like that.
That was
What about yourself? My fault to cut you off.
No.
Hands down, like almost all the bosses in the Dark Souls franchise, because that game is. Any of the games are excruciating.
Yeah.
You just gotta grind and grind and grind.
Oh, yeah.
And that feeling of relief when you finally beat that boss that was just whooping you for like 8 hours straight, you're just like, yes.
What about Elden Ring? You like Elden Ring?
Elden Ring was really good.
Yeah.
He platinumed it.
He platinumed it.
Yo, chat. Give a round of applause.
Yeah.
Give a
Platinumed
round
it.
of
My
applause.
man
for
platinum.
that.
Yo, bro, let me tell you, he platinumed it, right? We brought one of my boys through. Shout out to Montez. We brought Montez through to his crib.
Mhm.
Montez turns on his PlayStation, sees that it's platinum, right? Sees that it's platinum. He said, "Nah, I swear to everything I love, bro." My man called me the next day. He said, "Yo, Ant, tell your boy Jorge I platinumed it too." I'm like, "You didn't go to sleep? You didn't go to sleep? You felt disrespected like that?"
Yo, it be like, yo, there's sometimes, and I know this happened to me, yo, you just break night because you're on it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna share something personal. I failed the whole regions for team snipers in Halo 2 because I did not go to sleep. Because I was just there. I need to go up to level 45. Because remember, people used to stand by, people used to cheat, super jump, and all that.
Facts.
Nah, during the nighttime, a lot of the great gamers would sleep, so I'm like, yo, no cheating. Nah, I gotta play raw. Nah, I failed the whole regions because of that, yo. Whole regions because of that. What about yourself, though? Talk to me. What's a game that, it coincided with what I just asked them? Talk to us about a game.
You were asking them what, a game that they really like or a game that
No.
was
Oh, no.
Nah, go ahead.
Oh, he was just saying like a feeling of like you beat somebody, you just felt like you can't be stopped right now. You on 10.
Believe it or not, because we're talking about games that really changed how you view video games, right?
Right.
We're young. We're talking about the games that molded us to who we became as a video gamer, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Because you're saying who's the ones that really affected you. I'm not gonna lie, the Crash Bandicoot series.
Ooh.
Some of those bosses, bro,
That's another
used
one.
to get
that's another
underneath
one.
my
Yes,
skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
You had to learn
To
the
this
patterns. You had to learn how they hit, how they jumped. If you could get there was a couple of them that you might have beat one or two on the first try and you felt real accomplished. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I just squeezed it through. A dub is a dub, right? I beat you, moving on. But there was a couple of them that you was just like, nah, bro. So he's gonna jump, which is gonna send a wave, which I gotta have to do this. Well, if you didn't do any of those things in order, you're done.
You have to be very precise.
You have to be very precise, and as the game got harder and harder, as the levels kept going up, I keep saying this, and I've told a lot of people, I was like, yo, bosses now, they're hard. Elden Ring, definitely hard bosses in it, but those original games that we played, those original bosses, they built us, bro.
No, that's facts.
What system had the hardest games in your opinion?
System.
PlayStation, for sure.
PlayStation?
Nah, actually, nah. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. Nintendo. You wanna know why? Because those Nintendo. Because the Mario games, a lot of those Mario games, as much as like they were like puzzle, not all puzzles, but you had to move around the map and do different things. I never beat them, bro. I never beat them. A lot of them I never beat. Like I tried my hardest. I could not beat them. Even even recent ones, Mario Odyssey, couldn't beat that shit. I was like, yo, why can't I beat these games, bro? Am I not really a gamer? Is that what it is? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, like,
but I've come
I
to
sell this?
Yeah.
Out of questioning himself, like, yo, what am
But
I
I've come to realize that I'm just a shooter. I'm a shooter, and I play shooting games and car racing games. Car racing games, I can legit say that I can talk shit, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people don't play that. Like,
Listen, that Need for Speed life, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit, Porsche Leash,
yeah,
talk to me.
but even the
Talk
other
to
ones,
me.
like Forza, the hard ones, Gran
Forza.
Turismo, like, yo, I'm here for that. Building your cars, all that stuff. If it's more of my gameplay, shooters though, Call of Duty, that's my genre of games. But yeah, definitely the hardest system would be for me. Would be the games that a lot of people love, and I don't know why. Like, I had both systems. Even in Nintendo 64, I had it. I stuck to like Mario Kart. I played the like the Metro Prime and stuff like that. I couldn't beat
Shouts
those.
to Samus Aran.
Yeah, that's the shit. I couldn't beat those, bro. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going back to my PlayStation. Man.
Let me go back to my crossword puzzles. Let me take it easier. What about you, broski?
In my household, we grew up on Genesis, so I would say, yeah, the classic Genesis games.
Yo.
Yes.
Sonic, and even the ones that were like unfair, like the Aladdins and the Lion
Yeah,
Kings.
Jesus.
We'll get. I want to share with y'all. I mean, you said dance. I was gonna say, but I want to share some games of what screwed me up. Why I never beat. What about you, bro?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Ant, man. I mean, PlayStation, now definitely has its share of difficult games. We're in a different time of gaming. But yeah, I grew up on Nintendo. I was loyal to Nintendo until probably PlayStation 3. And yeah, I've played most of what you can consider a difficult game. But yeah, I tell them all the time, I don't rate games as difficult on terms of how you play and how you beat it. I rate it from my life. If my controller was thrown, this is the hardest game in the system right now.
So how many controllers have been smashed in your life?
Oh, PlayStation. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
You watch me throw one.
Each system, I ran through at least 3-4 controllers.
Nintendo, I can definitely say. Super Nintendo, I broke my best friend's controller by accident playing Mega Man X.
Wow.
Because that shit was hard.
X, one of the greatest series in history.
But hard as all hell.
Some of the songs, and I'll get into this like later, but I play some video game music on my own. Mega Man music specifically.
Yeah, it's
the
really
music, the soundtracks.
Really
Come
good.
on, get out
Mega
of
Man.
here.
Let me tell you something about Mega Man. Mega Man got turned on one time for me and got turned off, and I never looked at that game.
No,
you remember which one?
Bad.
You remember which one?
It was like one of the first ones.
Oh, one of the first ones?
One of the first ones. When it was blowing up,
right.
Everyone's like, yo, Mega Man's that shit. Play this game. I'm like, all right, cool. Got my parents to buy me that shit. Played that shit. I remember taking it out and throwing it in the drawer and being like, I'm not playing this fucking game. It's like,
X had me, and then when I got the 64, oh man, there was a lot. Superman, I threw a controller, but it was because the game was so bad.
Yeah.
That I was mad that I bought it. I was like, yo, why I bought this? Yo, I thought the cartoon, because you know the cartoon, you're like, this cartoon's pretty good. Yeah. And then the game comes out, and you're like, nah, I didn't even want to watch the cartoon anymore. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Unless him and Batman was teaming up in the episode, I was like, I'm never watching this. Yeah. I blamed it on him. That's how bad I was. So I've thrown a lot of controllers. Up to the game, after the GameCube, I stopped throwing controllers. But bro, no matter what game it was, like Smash Brothers, Brawl, Pokemon Puzzle League, because when you played Mewtwo at the end, Mewtwo was playing as if like there was a grown man just waiting for you. He turned on the system.
Nah, that's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson. Like
Mike Tyson
was just
Mewtwo.
like, that's it. He just threw it.
I feel you on that.
So he's literally watched me like play somebody in 2K, and I lost on like a glitch, and I just threw the whole controller. He's watched me. So I have gamer rage, but I've grown out of it, thankfully to God. I didn't have to go to support group or anything. But
you can't even front. Gamer rage is dumb funny when you're not the gamer.
That's a whole fact.
When you're not the gamer, gamer rage is all the way funny, bro. Like, yo, he got you big mad, bro. You mad right now. Like, yo, don't even touch me, bro. Like,
so I just personally on mine, I want to acknowledge everyone in the chat. We got
got
Bembona in the building. We got Jay Fuse, VG Amateurs, Roni Ali, Grade A Cinema. Are y'all gonna be at VJ? Marvlot, yes ma'am. Marvlot, we hope to see you there. Take Action Jackson, where's VGA?
Hey,
they're not in the building outside of myself. I am Stash from the Video Game Amateurs, a representative from the crew. But today we're conversing with me as Uptown's Finest, the founder of Uptown's Finest, which the conversation is going to go a whole lot of artistic directions.
Yes, sir.
However, VGA will be brought up because that's a part of the life where I'm at. It coincides with what I'm doing.
Yes, sir.
Continue shouting out. We got Chancleta Mangu in the building. What up? Almighty Wild G. Online Carol. How do Luigi and Anthony know each other? How don't we know each other, Carol? What you talking about, baby?
Yeah, Carol's a big homie. I know her for a minute, too.
B Don, we got in the building, the man himself, Fake Gamers, my man Mountain 99, started an advocacy group for controller abuse.
That's me.
Yeah, we got, thank y'all for I just want to acknowledge y'all for being here. I know we're not really focused on the phones, but we will pay attention because we're here present, conversing. If y'all have any questions, shoot it out in the chat, converse with us, communicate with us. We're doing this for y'all, we're doing this for the community. And I'm going to answer with my question, which what you replied, Sega Genesis. I mean, come on. Maximum Carnage was probably the hardest game made in history. Zombies Ate My Neighbor. I don't even know who could beat that game.
I forgot about that, bro.
Zombies Ate My Neighbor?
That game was crazy.
Yeah, that game was hard.
1 or 2 players, it doesn't matter. You're not winning. You ain't built for that. You're not built for that.
Not built for that.
Exactly.
It was so unfair.
dude, and I'm like, why? But you know what? And it makes me appreciate gaming then versus now, because then it was really like, yo, you get your money's worth. You gotta beat this. Now it's just, yo, the game is more sexier, the graphics are nice, and it's like, give me a game, like give me my money's worth.
Everything has to hold your hand.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want it to just physically, like, yeah, it could look good, the graphics, but is the game good? You know, it can't just be one or the other. It has to be both. It has to be together, consolidated. So, yes, I agree with you. I think Sega Genesis, I literally could not beat a lot of the games on there. However, a lot of the games on there, oh my God. What, Vectorman? You could take it back to Vectorman. A whole lot of other stuff.
Series, Earthworm Jim, a lot of heat. And I do remember what you said. You said Lion King, right, or Aladdin? Remember, Aladdin and Lion King.
Either one.
Either one. They were so hard that today they made. I think they sold them as a double pack, just to frustrate you even more. Like, yo, you remember these games? You remember how hard they are? Yeah, you can buy them together. You'll be frustrated even harder.
He's like, yo, you remember how you couldn't beat it?
Yeah.
And you think you're an adult? You think you can beat it now? Psych, you still can't beat it,
was
bro.
like,
here's another version to not beat it.
That's facts. It was like, we're so confident you can't beat it, we'll sell it together. You see, you beat both of them shits together.
Like, yo,
my
you
boy.
supposedly been a seasoned video game player, right?
Yep.
Now you trying to go back? We gonna cook you again. Just do my job.
You see, you in your little sports chair, you ain't winning this. Bro, and that's what it was. Like, the Just Can't Wait to Be King sequence where you had to like go through the animals during the song sequence, and every time there was that one elephant that held his trunk down, you're like, and Alan was like, damn, my boy, you gotta do this shit again.
Yeah.
I was like, who made this?
Wow.
Who made this?
Yeah.
So
And the
real.
thing is, there's so many games. Yeah, I'm talking about hundreds of games. So Altered Beast is another one.
Yeah.
Cybernator is another dope
Altered
one.
Beast was frustrating as hell.
No.
Yo, he taking me back.
I sold the game because I'm like, I'm good off of this. Like, let me buy another game that I can't beat because I'm good off of this. I'm not beating this. Like, I'm good off of it. I'm like, I'm done with it.
I think I had that similar situation with, I think it was Bloodborne. Is that it? That was like the first
For PS4?
for PS4.
It wasn't one of the first, but it was like one of the major.
What was the first? What was the first one for like the Elden Ring? It was Dark Souls and then
The very first?
Yeah.
Demon Souls. Well, there's Kingsfield, but that's like. way
No,
back
I think
in the
I think
day.
it was Bloodborne then. But there was a game that I believe it was Bloodborne. But I went to go buy it. I was like looking for something to buy. I went to GameStop and dude was like, you know, it was there used. I was like, I'm gonna cop this one. As I went to buy it, homie was like, you sure you want to buy this game, bro? He said, you sure you want to buy this game? He's like, this is a hard one. I'm like, nah. I just need a new game. I was like a challenge. Yo, I went, played the game. I ended up not getting very far. I told somebody about it, and they told me I was still in the tutorial.
Wow, that's.
I was like, yo.
Wow, that my heart hurts hearing that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Yo, when you never make it past the tutorial.
It's
Yo,
like, yo.
Chocolate Manguro, Disney actually told developers to make it hard on purpose.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So
That sounds
yeah,
about right.
I mean, I believe it. You know,
I believe it. But they wildin' for that.
Word.
You know, I'd rather have a hard game than an easy game. I remember when PlayStation 2, for example, first came out. There was a game called The Bouncer.
Oh, I remember
The Bouncer, you beat in like an hour and a half, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this game's so amazing, but that's it.
That's it. That's it.
It's like a quarter bag of chips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, this is a teaser, and I want more. But you know what you get.
Oh, don't worry. Basically, the bouncer walked so Sifu could run. Because that's
Facts.
the new woof. If it wasn't for the fact that it was a PS5, I almost brought back the rage, bro. I was 2 seconds away from being like, "Argh!" And I was like, no, this is a PS5 controller. It's $70. It's $70. That's why I kept telling the price in my head.
In my
And I
wallet.
brought it back. Yeah, I was in my wallet. I can't afford to buy another one. But that's another hard game. Sifu is currently an Elden Ring, of course. Currently the two. I know it don't look hard to him.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. I was like,
You know.
everyone keeps saying Elden Ring was
Yeah.
hard. Every time we do our episodes weekly. So I'm going to his house every week. I'm seeing this kid.
He
How's
went
your
into it
progress?
light.
How's the thing? Yeah, this game's alright.
Yep.
You know, like I think it was 1 month. Like in 1 month, right? It was like a month.
I beat the game in like 3 weeks. 'Cause I did take
Yeah,
my- I
beat
did
the
take
game
my
in
time
3
with it.
weeks,
Yep.
and then he platinum. No, I'm saying you got platinum in
Oh,
a month.
platinum in the middle?
Yeah, it
a
was
month.
1 month. And we come through, and he's just like, "Yo, I platinum it." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Platinum in the month.
Platinum in a month, my boy. Light. And he said it light too. Like, I platinum.
All I know is that game is so hard that people complained and tried to get an easy mode on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they were fighting for an easy mode for that. Yeah,
that's
I heard about that. Yeah.
That's every from software.
I mean, they were trying to do, yeah, but
They're never
Seafried was
gonna
trying
give you easy
to,
mode.
they was trying to argue for that too. Because I remember I told him, I was like, bro, I said, you age every time, like, you die after a while, whatever. And I told him, I beat the first level. I was like, whoo. I beat the second level. By the time I got to the third level, my man was already like 70-something years old. Trying to walk through it like this. He's trying to push it. He's pushing. Like, who won it? Who won it? One punch, I was like, ah! I was like, yep, that's it. This game, I'm never going to get to the master.
Nah, it's crazy, too, because he's telling me, like, yo, I'm playing this game or whatever. And on the other spectrum of it, I'm watching you guys on Twitch. I'm watching you, Brandon Life. I'm watching you play the game. Mm-hmm. And you guys were making it look not that hard. So when he started telling me it was hard, I'm like, you sure you playing the game right?
I probably wasn't, but still, that game was frustrating. But
I was like, yo, I watch people play. He's like, nah, bro, this shit's hard. And I watched a couple people like that's my number one move right there. If I'm playing if there's a game that I'm not sure about or a game that I'm like, yo, I don't want to buy it. Twitch is an amazing platform. You can literally watch people run through the whole game. Sometimes you'll catch repeats, but if you stay tuned in, you catch your peoples like you go live all the time, and you get the game. You get to watch it without buying the game at all. There's no lie. You get to watch pretty much the whole fucking game.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of streaming. Like, even as gamers then till now, we never had streaming back in the days. You know, like when we originally started gaming, there was no such, because technology wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't even thinking we could stream a game, right? So like when I started, my first console was a Super Nintendo. What was beautiful about when I caught my first, when my family bought my first console is everyone in the family put money together because they weren't cheap back then. The economy then isn't the economy that it is now. So the financials was different. So one day it was my birthday, boom, I'm chilling. And in this same space, for those that are watching on the IG, this is my crib where we're chilling it. I'm grateful to host these gentlemen here. But my family got together and bought me Super Nintendo. And like that was my first console. And all I could think of is, I'm about to wild out on this television. Like, I'm going to play this out. But there wasn't black and white on there wasn't color on all TVs, so you had to use the box in the back of it to be able to like actually work it. To now, leading forward, we're streaming whole ass games with custom sound effects from another game into that game while you stream, and it's just the advancement of video gaming. Esports is $1 billion industry. Like gaming is it's revolutionizing. I think for me, it's made me a much better person, 1,000,000%. And I'm grateful that it started with that. And my first handheld was the Game Boy, the big joint.
The great box. The little great box with the purple buttons. The classic.
Once the Advance came out, they started calling that the Jesus Game Boy.
The Jesus.
Yeah, when I was in high school, they was like, yo, you got the Jesus? And you had to hide it. You felt embarrassed. They was like, hey, his battery's still coming out. You're like, oh, shit. We
went
four batteries,
from 4 batteries to, just connect it or just put it in the dock.
How far we've come, my brother. That is a fact. When I look back, like when I was playing the 3DS, I was like, yo, it's so easy now. I just plug it in. I remember back in the day, you had to run to the store, like 1, 2, let me get 4, bro. Let me get 4. Like, it was a struggle. You were like, I could catch Pokemon, but I gotta get batteries.
so on that note, like since we're talking about this, Liv, I got a question for you. I noticed that you stream when you through VGA sometimes, but you usually do retro. So what is one of your favorite retro games that you play, that you constantly play, that you run back to probably, that you never get tired of?
I think for me it comes down.
What's your top 3? How about top 3?
I would say this, what I was going to say. Sometimes it's hard to say top 3 games. I like to go based off genre.
Okay.
Sports, racing, because I've played
everything,
a magnitude of games.
I like that answer.
So top 3, let me tell you, bro, we never getting over this episode. I'm just going to be in my head. The same way he was stuck in the training, I'm never getting out of it. That first question, I don't know how to answer, because I got 3 options. That's tough.
Yeah, it's true. That's why I was like, I try to bring it down to 3, but yeah, you're right. Let's do by genre then.
I think I'll start with something like miscellaneous racing, right?
Okay.
We were talking about that not too long ago. And in no order, just 3 that I really just go back to. Definitely Midnight Club. Midnight Club is one of my favorites.
My boy. Which one? The original?
The original.
Okay.
The very first
Okay.
one. All I used to do,
Okay.
chat, and if y'all ever played this game, let me know if y'all did this. I used to just be in the whip and just riding down the highway.
Yeah.
Just cruising and just in there because it was Ridge Racer was for PlayStation. But and then Need for Speed. Need for Speed is another one that I'm gonna throw in there. Which one of them? I don't know. I'm gonna probably say, damn, Hot Pursuit. Nah, I don't know. I'm gonna just say Need for Speed because some of them are just hit differently than others.
I'll tell you my Need for Speed one. Believe it or not, is Carbon.
Carbon.
That was my favorite one, and the reason why is because they added the drifting factor, and the drifting factor to me, like the way they had the cars and the tracks. I was like, yeah, this is. Carbon is hit. Carbon is the one. And before that, it was definitely the Undergrounds. But when Carbon came out, it's completely switched me over. I was like, yeah, this might be the best Need for Speed. And then Hot Pursuit came out after and stuff.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, even customization in cars, right? So there's the original, like, yo, I'm driving like a Bentley or a race car. But my third answer is Mario Kart.
Yep.
And
There
Mario
it is.
Kart is, in my opinion, one of the best things that's been presented to the planet, gaming-wise. Because it's just fun. You could, it's something where anything can happen to you, whether you're the best driver in the world or not. Like, you get hit with a shell, it's a wrap, fall off the map. Things happen in it. I like being presented goofy now. I'm throwing a banana peel in the middle of a match. Sometimes when I'm outside, I'm like, yo, I wish there was real life like Mario Kart, where I would just walk around with the banana peel, just driving behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But for racing, those would be my 3.
Not in New York.
Sorry, shout out to Designer Dreams. He said that Dubs edition. That's why I had asked him which Midnight Club it was, because I wanted to understand. Because my favorite Midnight Club is 2, not the Dub edition, just Midnight
just
Club
2.
2. That was one of my favorite ones. I have a lot of personal nostalgia with that game. With me and one of my uncles, somehow like low key, we used to play that game mad heavy, and I feel like that made us bond. I had it at my system, he had it, but every time we chilled, we always sit down and race together. Like, that was our shit, and I always thought that was dope. That Midnight Club 2 was a game that I liked a lot, and one of my uncles, like, he wasn't even a gamer like that, but he fucked with that game so heavy. And I was like, this was the one of my dopest Midnight Club. Dub Edition, definitely a fire game. Also, Need for Speed 2, definitely, well, you know, like you said, those were originators. Those were the Need for Speed originators. Customization of the car, body kits, music, sound, like, everything. It was the decals, rims, like that was the beginning of being like, yo, you know, for any kid, personally me, as a person that builds race cars outside, I think you've seen my whip before. I'm still into street racing. I drive a Civic right now. You know, my shit is a little souped up. All my friends are in it, and Need for Speed was that.
Yeah.
That's what we did. It was the people that knew when they were adults, they gonna rebuild this.
Yo, that's 100%. I think one thing with gaming, what it did to me is remind me, never lose that inner child in you. That inner child will always keep you the way you're supposed to be. Because who wants to be an adult 24/7? You always gotta have that adult side and that kid side in you. And that's why I game. You know, that's why I even say Mario Kart, because it's not always just the, yo, I know I'm a super real life car. I can't throw a banana peel in the middle of the street. I can't just, yo, son,
That's
yo, he's in the lead. I'm throwing the blue shell. Fuck out my way. I'm driving. Like, I can't do that. So that's why I think video games and that, like, I love that.
Yep.
You know, it's hard to answer 3 questions because I'm thinking of everything.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Fighter is gonna
let's
be
go
probably
fighter.
one of the hardest ones to answer because I think of like, and I could throw a lot of names. I don't got 3, but I'll throw a few and y'all let me know if y'all rock with them.
Throw your favorite one.
Power Stone.
Okay.
That's a classic.
Yep.
I don't know that one.
Power Stone
It was on the
came
Dreamcast.
out for the Dreamcast, which I think the Dreamcast is the best system that's ever been made,
Definitely
in
most
my
definitely.
opinion. There's that. I'm also thinking of Rival Schools, but not just Rival Schools. Rival Schools, Project Justice, phenomenal. I'm talking about it's insane how great this game is, and just not many people speak about it. Then we can hit the Tekkens of the world. Tekken Tag Tournament, popping.
I fucks with that one.
Tekken Tag Tournament, I didn't spend too many hours. just playing that.
Tekken Tag Tournament is actually the one that made me actually like Tekken. Because I was before Tekken, I think I was so heavy into Marvel vs. Capcom, and I was on that wave that I kind of hated on Tekken a little bit. For some reason, I just was like, I'm not really. It was, you know what I liked Tekken? When you went to the arcade. That's the only time I liked it, at the arcade. Playing in somebody's house wasn't something that I was really into, and then Tekken Tag Tournament came out. I'm like, alright, they got it. Yeah, I was like, this one got it. Tekken Tag Tournament is definitely it.
Yeah, Tekken was definitely a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also Smash, Super Smash Bros.
Oh,
1999 when it first released with the commercial with all four of those knuckleheads.
Oh, I love that commercial.
That's one of the greatest.
Oh man,
Am I bugging? Is that not one of the greatest commercials ever?
This is our Smash representative right here. Smash Bros. Representative.
Right fucked.
Yo, man, listen. Anybody could step into the hyperbolic time chamber on their own. You probably just gotta get I'm gonna be real. I think I have one of the best Samuses out there. Samus Dark Samus combo, but I know there's greater out there because I don't give the time as much as I do to the next person. But can I stay on my own? Absolutely. Can I go against Mike Tyson's of different magnitudes? Of course I could. But am I gonna win? No. But I'm just gonna let you know. I ain't coming soft.
Yeah.
I'm a baller, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think of just so many other fighter games. I want to ask what are some of y'all? Before I even continue, what are some of y'all fighting
retro games?
Or just in general,
just in general.
anything.
Okay, so not just fighting. Oh, just in general.
Yeah, because the original question was about retro, but he's like, he wanted to talk about genres, so we went with what's, from genres, fighting, racing. What are the games that you like?
My go-to would have been Resident Evil 2, the original. I got to marathon that game over and over and over and over and over when I was younger. It was one of my favorite games of all time.
Facts. Yo, you know what? I think we need to take a shot.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2. Yo, chat.
So that was a good thought.
If you're home, wherever you're at, if you got something in your hands, put it in there. Yo, happy Monday to everybody.
Take a shot.
Much love, y'all. Shake a shot, water, whatever you got.
Uptown's Finest in the building.
So you said Resident Evil 2. Man, what's the game that make me say, So there's a game franchise I believe is one of the most slept on, but because it's easy to beat, and they just released a Switch version, which was a little more difficult, and that's Kirby. Kirby has a way on people where it's because he looks so nice and cute and stuff, and the powers aren't that crazy. You're like, this is easy. I didn't come in for an easy game. But like I said, if you're playing a game like Sifu or Elden Ring, you kind of sit there and you kind of regret, damn, I kind of gave Kirby the short end of the stick, and now I can't go back because I got to PS5 or something. So it's fun to play Kirby, man. Kirby's just an easy, fun time. Mario Kart is always a vibe to this day. During the lockdown, that was one of the most fun games I ever played with people because you had no choice. You were in the house and people was calling up I got a Switch, you want to play? And I'm like, it does suck when you're good because then nobody wants to play Mario Kart anymore.
Yeah.
Because people have blue shells and they've made weapons now, Mario Kart, that can help you not get hit by a blue shell as much anymore, which is a fair balance. So, yeah, shout out to whoever was in Miyamoto's ear that day and was like, yo, we need something to stop that blue shell, my guy. I'm just saying, I'm tired of getting hit with that when I'm so far in the lead. So whoever made that, good shout out to them.
Yo, and also shouts to Sam Sarah 243.
Oof.
John Victor, Gardner,
my guy John.
Solar, Char Bugs, what up? What's poppin'?
Yes,
Char Bugs,
sir.
what up? A-Liz, and I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Oh, I got you. A-Liz NYE, you're good.
I don't know. I don't like to mispronounce people's names.
It's okay, brother. It's okay. Designer's Dreams.
Only Uno just came through.
Only in the building. That's one of our boys, and also just a little note in there that he does another podcast. He does stand-up comedy. Him and Uni run that. Mm-hmm. What's the name of the show again?
Welcome to My Hood Films.
Welcome to
Put
My
people
Hood
away
Films.
from the hood.
Tell them that. Tell the people watching that. Tell them that. I'm listening. Let them know.
There. Camera right on me. Yeah, it's another podcast. Me and my good friend Uni Francis. We host it. What we do is we put people who ain't from the hood or at least haven't seen as much of the genre in their life, and we let them know that this genre does exist because you see a lot of sci-fi films or biopics and stuff like that, but then you didn't know that a lot of them are just hood films. Like, everybody's seen like Straight Outta Compton, and everybody's seen Boys in the Hood because they were a little more mainstream. But Boys in the Hood was something that grew in the mainstream. But Straight Outta Compton was already mainstream. But now you're talking about his favorite, Killer Season, because he loves to laugh at it. He loves to laugh at it.
Killer Season.
Yeah, see? So Killer Season or Belly, which was a classic, Belly 2, which wasn't a classic, and so on and so forth. So just listen to that. It's also on Spotify. We got a few episodes live on YouTube. We explained to one white guy, we showed him Above the Rim, and we explained to him how most street ball teams in the hood get their funding, and it blew his mind. So,
and if y'all don't know that, tune in so y'all can hear that. I know I gotta hop up in there like, oh, this. I hear that.
Yeah, so, but that's a quick side note. I appreciate Ant for that quick plug. But yeah, let's talk about what you do, man, because Uptown's Finest is a movement.
So I opened, to everyone, I opened September 19th of 2019.
Nice.
9/19/19
I like that.
was when the business was erected, right? So sequentially, I'm a big numbers guy, and like ever since then, I've told myself I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make my business, my baby, stay alive. So here we are now, present, May 23rd?
Yep.
Yeah,
and I'm still present. I'm still alive because of people who support Uptown's Finest, my business, which has been open. And what I do with the business is I'm an art curator. I'm an event coordinator. I am a bunch of different hats. But what Uptown's Finest really is, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what I wanted to name my business in the beginning. I just was thinking like, what do I want to do in my life? For those that don't know, I've been in the legal world for 15 years. I've been a paralegal for the city of New York. I've done a couple of other stuff, and it's been a challenging road because I'm into everything. I just love stuff. I love life. Like I love what can be presented, right? So then I started thinking like, well, what are you good at? Like, what is it that you're good at? Like, what do you think you can sustainably do that can help you live a sustainable life, right? So I think to myself like, what is it? Shouts to my man Brandon Life from VGA. That's my best friend. That's my man's and but we be together just breaking bread and just really thinking about it. And then when I finally realized that, this is what I want to call my business, Uptown's Finest, but this is what I want to do. I want it to be a lifestyle brand. I want to show people the lifestyle that I have for myself gotten to at this point and share it with others. But how do I share with others? I'm always going to talk about it. So let's put some events together. And that's when I told myself, put events together, create what you want. I'm not an artist where I paint, where I draw, where I sculpt. I'm an artist where I create experiences for those. So with Uptown's Finest, I always told myself, what do you want? Like, what do you really want to create? How can you get the message? How can you inspire others to be the best version of themselves? Because with the lifestyle I've created, I've mastered living. I mastered life. I think I've mastered life. I've added 10,000 hours plus to just understanding life, right? So what do I do with my life? I want to create these experiences. And for these past, 2.5 years almost, I've done 17 different events, which is, for me, mind-boggling. 17.
That's fire.
And like,
that's fire.
Hosting, throwing my own, and I'll get to like even the beginning of it, so presently where it's at. Everything that I'm like, wow, like even just saying it out loud to everyone, even myself, to y'all presently, like I think of it like, holy shit, like I've been working.
Yeah, 2 years, 24, that's 24 months, 17 events, it's almost one event a month, my man.
And
that's working.
And one of the things that helped me was my community. My community, my people, because you could throw a party, right? And nobody shows up.
That's true. That's facts.
Nobody will show, and you in there dancing, by yourself. But when you see people, but when you see masses, is when you see it. Holy shit! Like this work that I do, this what I wanted to create. It's here. Look at this. So I started my business off, and the way I thought of it was, how am I gonna impact? I'll take it in 1 second, bro. The way, Don't apologize to me, man. Never apologize for passing that out. I wanted to start my business, and I was like, yo, what are you gonna do that's just different? Like, how do you present the world? You get one shot at a first opportunity, right? Now I'm in the legal world of legally owning my own business. So what am I gonna do? What can I blow the people's brains away with? Let me do a 3-day art show. Let me curate my own 3-day art show because I wanted to do something and replicate it and I was inspired by Art Basel. So I was like, yo, let me do it in New York. Let me bring Art Basel to the hood. Let me start it in the hood. I did it on 145th between Broadway and Amsterdam. El Comisionario Dominicano de Cultura, like the culture of the arts commission over there on 145th. Big space, did everything. I'm talking about fully funded everything. I was super transparent right now. I fully funded everything. I paid for the space, paid for this, paid for everything. So 3 days, right? December 12th, I'll break each day down and I'll be as fast as possible. But December 12th, 2019, I had a kids art show. That's how I introduced my business to the world because I love my niece. My niece is Uptown's Finest is my baby, but my tangible baby, that's my niece, Gia. I love her to death. Gia, I love you. You somewhere doing something, being cool, but I love you. And I was more inspired to lead a revolution of kids, whether it be your age, my age, his age, everybody in the chat's age. We're all kids at the end of the day. Let's start it with a kids art show. I had Uptown Vinyl Supreme, shouts to them, come through and spin the whole thing, and they're huge. They came through. I had Sai Espinal, Soncira come through, do a workshop. We had a arts workshop in there. I had a couple of things going on in there. I had multiple kids bring their art from different places. I had as far away as Florida. I had kids from Florida submit art to me. But the purpose of it was because I told myself, these kids don't get an opportunity. Their parents can't even afford for them to be artists because they have to afford for them to just be a student in school. And that's I'm a Latino male, I grew up like that, damn, this is all my mom got. Us people of color, there's no privilege with us. Now there's no more middle class at all. It's just you're rich or you're poor, and I'm poor. So now I build generational wealth, right? And I lead people starting with the kids. It always begins with the kids, no matter what age they are. Boom, had all their art presented, and everything that sold, as I told them, anything that sells, that's your money. Y'all keep it. A lot of art, a lot of curators, they take a percentage. Why am I gonna take from a kid? Come on, they don't make revenue.
Exactly.
They're not working where they have to work. They're at home comfortable. That 25 could buy them a new book bag, a new book. So I was like, yo, y'all keep it all. 80% of the art sold that night. 80% of the art sold that night. Food was catered by my man Joshim. He has 3 restaurants. One called Nerdz. Nerdz, he came in as that and catered it, which was wow, I can't believe I could afford for my people to eat. All of these people to eat. It was free the whole night, and it was just the beginning of day 1. Now day 2, this is where it got a little funky. This is where I was like, now it's just day 2. What do you do different? So I had an Uptown themed art show with 10 different artists. All of the art presented was Uptown related. And let me tell you something, that was a Friday the 13th. Yo, I'm talking about, I had that shit lit. And I say that confidently now because then I wasn't present. I was working. I was really everything, my bouncer, my door person, my bartenders, my DJs, my food, my artists. I'm one person. I got little legs. I ain't that tall, so I could only do so much. Boom. So Friday the 13th, and yo, never in my life have I been as present as that. When my boy Mando Chancleta Mangu, he grabbed me at a point, just grabbed me by my shoulders. He's like, yo, stop. He's like, yo, breathe. And he was like, just look around real quick. Right? So I'm looking, and that's when I realized this is my purpose in life. This is it. I have to put on for my people. I have to bring my people together so they can meet each other, be better people together, build within them, and flourish. It's our time for generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with one person. One person inspires others. So Uptown's Finest is me inspiring through arts, through events, through curation, through music, through anything. I mean, life is about, everything in life is art. But I catered more to that because those are the creative outlets that really just impact me different. And the second night, all Uptown themed art. Oh my God! At a point, there was at least over 100 people in there. And this is my first event, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is my first event, my first event of my life. But just seeing how many people was in there was like, wow, like.
That's what's up.
I felt it.
It's eye-opening.
And then the last day was like freestyle themed art, all different, just whatever you want. Bring the rest of whatever you want along with what's already there. And in those 3 days, I realized, yo, this is what Uptown's Finest is going to be about. This is what I aimed, but this is it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Repeat to yourself, I got it. Like, yo, when you know, just remind yourself, yo, I got it. Because sometimes we can't wait for others to give us our flowers. We gotta give ourselves our own flowers. So, diminutively, I gave myself flowers because I'm a baby. So I want to be humble. I'm always humble. I always keep it humble, always. Till now, present. I mean, I've done 2 Black History Month events, Latin Heritage Month event. I've done a silent art auction with Uptown at the Juan Pablo Duarte Foundation with Cy Espinal, where 100% of the art sold. For the first time in my life, I do a silent art auction. All the art sold. So when you put in the work and you see the results, that's when you know I'm fucking doing good.
Yes, sir.
That's
work.
And through arts, through the platforms of arts, whether it be a DJ, whether it be a painter, whatever, I bring those people together. Of the finest, Uptown's finest. I try to bring the finest of who I know and what I got in one space, because it's then that tree becomes all rooted in the same space, and when you leave, those roots sprout. We're all plants at the end of the day. You have one identify as a plant, a tree, a flower. It don't matter. You rooted to the floor. This is Mother Earth we're on top of, you know. So I through all the arts and everything that I do with that. You know, I had a challenging point which came through the pandemic. The pandemic was like, I'm gonna be real, I was fucked up. Like, I literally, like, my second event was the silent art auction. That night, I got notified that I was gonna be able to host Brotherhood Sister Soul's annual block party. And guess what happened? COVID said, not today, baby. Not today.
Everything got shut down.
And the transition, let me tell you, man, I'm still transitioning because I'm still learning this new me. The world reset it, right? My business reset it, everything reset. Everybody's been affected by it. Everyone. So I had to tell myself, all right, like, what do we do? I used to box when I was younger. My boxing trainer always told me, life is boxing. You always gotta move. Something's coming at you one direction. Do you take it or do you let it drop you? I don't want to get knocked down. Listen, COVID, it's out of my control. But what do? I keep it moving. Our government sucks ass, trash. It's not meant for like a Latino like myself, person of color, to succeed. But you know who's succeeding? The rich. There's no middle class. I'm poor, bro. I'm poor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm poor by their standards.
Very true.
But I'm richer than all of them motherfuckers. Why? Because I love what I love. And I don't need money to give me that love. I just love because I love. You know what I'm saying?
Fast.
So, I'm not meant to succeed. The pandemic challenged me to say, what do I do different? Every creative that I know said the same thing to themselves. What do I do different? Like, how? Like, shit is closed. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, what? So, we was talking about video gaming, right? Video gaming comes into this because I learned about Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Twitch is something that I think has revolutionized the planet. Because you can stream whatever the F you want. Whatever you want, just stream it. Art, cooking. Shorty almost burned down her crib the other day streaming cooking. I'm like, Shorty, you crazy.
I bet you she grew followers that night.
She probably got a sponsorship, dumbass of the year. Like
Yeah.
some crazy
Yeah, blew up. We're gonna see that clip rerunning soon. Watch, quick.
Mhm.
You're gonna be like, yo, that's the shit. That's the shit he was talking about, guys. That's what it is.
Yo, and Shorty's stupid. She put water in. Just watch it. I'm not even gonna spoil it. Just watch it. It's
Just know it's crazy.
it's crazy. So then Twitch came into my life, and Twitch came into my life because of my man's Brandon and all of us, and this will lead into like VJ a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
So we all started just chilling more differently. We not at a bar or like an arcade. We would be in each other's cribs. So Twitch would be in the background. We'd watch gamers, but more importantly, we'd listen to music because some really fly DJs would play music, right? And we tune in, and we had a game where we'd go on Twitch and we'd go into like the search where all like it shows you who's spinning, and be like, yo, you choose one, right? And we choose it, and if it sucks, we take a shot, and then we go to the next one, and we'll call the other one like an ass or a pussy or something like that. Like, you pussy, whack one.
Yeah, whack one. Like,
yeah.
yo, what you picking, bro?
So we do that, bringing it forward to like now, like through Twitch. Brandon, with his own business, Pretend Labs, he streamed all of my events. Now I went from physical events to digital events. Because you gotta adapt, right? You always gotta adapt. Again, like I said, my baby's alive. I gotta keep my baby resuscitated at all costs. Started going digital, right? Started doing the digital, and let me tell you, the fact that I was able to just bring such beautiful talent together in one stream, but you could watch the stream from your crib. You could be taking a shit watching your stream. You could be driving, just having a stream in the back. You could put it wherever. But through those streams, I kept my business alive. And the people knew, oh shit, Uptown's Finest.
Uptown's Finest, yep.
This is what it is. So then this is going to transition to this. This is now, eventually there's some people that are so scared of COVID, they just are never going to be outside ever again. I'm not one of those people. I will never be, because I love life. I need sun. I just love being out there. September 26th of 2020, right? But 10 days before that, I got an opportunity to be able to do an event at Raw Gallery for Latin Heritage Month, because my friend Priscilla, shouts to her, love her to death, approached me and let me know, hey, like, you want to do something? Like, you've been mentioning it, like, what you want to do. I'm a wild boy. I was like, I could make some shit happen ASAP. Not gonna lie, that was some of the biggest pressure I ever took on, but guess what? It was successful. Through one of the first physical events post-COVID, because his numbers started like slowing down in 2020 for a little bit, then it picked up later in the year. Yo, right? I threw this shit, and I'm talking about like everybody was there.
Everybody.
It was just packed. And this is in the Bronx, 2268 Grand Concourse. Shouts to the Boogie Down Bronx. Raw Gallery, Platform, NYC. Yo, they allowed me to do an event there, and let me tell you, that shit was so popping.
I saw it on, I believe I saw it on Instagram, and we have a lot of mutual friends. So my Instagram was flooded that day. I was seeing that shit from all types of angles, and I was just like, damn, I missed out. I was at work that day, but yeah, I definitely saw that it was a big success for you, and congrats to that, bro. Because I know you. I know for a fact you work hard on these. You work hard on just getting the artists and putting it together. And you said you were under pressure. So the Raw Gallery, are you currently still doing stuff with them, or?
So I do, but it's just been a bit. The last event I did with them was my Black History Month event, which was February 26th of this year. Ever since then, I've been telling like, even now, presently the Uptown's Finest, I kind of pigeonholed myself by saying Uptown's Finest. Now people think I'm only gonna be up here. I gotta expand. Not for nothing. I gotta look for the cheddar out there, right? Go ahead.
Quick question about that. Since you're saying that, since you gotta expand, now with the name you chose, Uptown's Finest, are you saying that you're representing yourself as an Uptown? As Uptown, this is you. This is what you do. You know what I'm saying? You are explain like when you say it.
So why I chose Uptown's Finest? One, I've been living on this block since the day I got to the U.S. I was born in Ecuador. I came to the U.S. when I was a month and a half, basically no time. I came to the U.S. and I've been on this same exact block that you're on right now for 34 years. This is all I know is Uptown. I used to go to school in East Harlem, 106 in Madison. Like, I know these streets. I've been to El Barrio when it was El Barrio, not when it's just, you know, a little more gentrified now. Like, I'm out in these streets. I represent Uptown, to whatever capacity I can. I've been here. I've been to the BX. I don't cut class. I done been in the hookies. I've been Uptown.
What's Uptown to you? Like, what's the block range? Just because to explain to some people so they understand.
I would say, I mean, it starts for me.
Because everybody says something different. That's why I want to
I'm gonna say for me, like, Harlem is Uptown, right?
Okay, yeah.
But Harlem is Harlem.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's like, it's Uptown because it's above the park.
Yeah.
It's above Central Park, that 110th, right?
Yeah. That's Harlem, though. You know what I'm saying?
but then we go a little more south on the east side. That's East Harlem, El Barrio, which cuts off on 99th Street. That's where Carver Projects ends off, right there on 99th and Madison, right? But if you go to the other side of the park, that's not Harlem. That's the Upper West Side. So there's the differences. So I study my map and I just know what it's been from my perspective, from what's been shown to me. Everything else above that, that's Uptown, but it'll be Hamilton Heights, Sugar Hill. People forget about Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill's popping. Y'all crazy? Sugar Hill is part of Uptown. It's its own community. You know what I'm saying? Bronx is Uptown, but it has its own different things too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I consider all of that because that's that. The Bronx is its own form of Uptown. So for me, I represent Uptown from my segment, Washington Heights.
Washington Heights.
I'm not a Bronx guy. I wasn't raised there. I'm never gonna claim the Bronx because that's false to me. But what I will say is, I fuck with the Bronx, and that's the last of what we got. Everything else, nah, this shit ain't the same.
Like
Bronx
that.
is still gully. The gulliest borough. Queens got a couple gully spots. Go out to Jamaica. Go out to by the beach. Brooklyn too, but like Manhattan, you probably gotta go to the P's for that. Regular streets outside of my block, I'm gonna be real, my block's still popping, but regular streets, nah, it ain't what that used to be back then. That feel of it.
Yeah.
Now it's just different, and now like Uptown is. I want to defend my neighborhood. We are being gentrified, all angles, right? And I'm not gonna lie, there's some things in gentrification that I'm like, I think that might be beneficial for all parties. Forget just the rich. I think this will help all parties, right? But there's a majority where I'm like, yo, y'all really gonna push this family out for $10,000, knowing that apartment's worth $2 million, but it's because they take advantage because we don't have the education.
Yep.
We don't got that. We're not allowed to get educated. So I want to, for myself, represent not just Washington Heights, but whoever wants to be included in my army of Uptown, to stand up to all these corporate bullies, because I'm tired of being poor, baby. I'm trying to be a little more financially rich.
Yes,
so that's why I'm venturing out to different boroughs, doing events in different boroughs. I did one in Queens. Shouts to my man Ethan at CK Studios, one of the best places where they utilize space to be able to just be creative. Person of color also. But that's where I'm at now. I am, through the trials and tribulations, I am presently now expanding. I've done the digital, I've done the physical, but now I was doing physical in different places outside of Uptown because I want to bring my work to the whole planet for those that are underprivileged and that don't get that opportunity.
Fucks with that heavy. I asked you that because I know that we from the Bronx too. We represent our side of the Bronx, and I'm from. It's so crazy because I'm from Gun Hill Road. I'm from and when you say Gun Hill, now if you really from that side, if you really lived out there, then there's a question that comes up where what side of Gun Hill are you from? Are you from the 5 side or are you from the 2 side? There's 2 different sides. There's 2 different hoods right there. 2 different feelings. 2
different worlds.
2 different worlds.
Facts.
You feel me?
That's definitely
facts. And then some people's like, some people say you from the North Bronx or whatever. I'm like, yeah, you can say I'm from the North Bronx. You right, we from that side. And then you go a little bit further down on our side, you got Pelham Parkway, then you got Pelham Bay, and you got Orchard Beach. Like, our side of the Bronx has so much different variety going on. There's so much going on that side that, a lot of people talk different about it. Some people say, "Oh, nah, that's the." In fact, some people be like, "That's the rich hood. That's not even the hood like that." Like, oh, there's $1 million homes on Pelham Parkway. There's $1 million homes. Come to Gun Hill, like, come a couple blocks up. Literally, come 3 blocks up and make a left real quick.
That's a fact, yo. In the Heights, there's 2 sides of 181st. There's the Dominican side and there's the Jewish side, and you can see the 2 different worlds, one avenue down. And I think that's also the beauty of New York, because it's like, wow, you just sometimes don't know where the hell you walking to. Like, you never know where you walking to. But yeah, like you said, that's the BX again. I love y'all.
I love the BX too. I'm like all about BX. I represent mine. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I meet other people and they're like, yeah, I'm from Queens, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm like, oh, you want to start that convo? What's up? What's up, y'all? X all day over here. Like we can. Yeah, but I was gonna say that. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the things some of the merch you have? We have this fine sweater right here that we hung up.
So it's crazy because, again, I'm not a creator where I could paint, draw, sketch, anything. So I have my illustrator who I work with, my boy Hawklore, and I'm talking about we spent hours, days, weeks coming up with an idea of like, yo, what is gonna be the first release? Because I had a vision, but I can't, I don't got the skills to do it. But yeah, I got my illustrator, and I'm like, yo, this is the idea that I have. Everything that I pitched to him, he translated to paper, right? So that comes to this hoodie right here, and this is the fancy one because I wanted to be fancy because I'm here with Nerdz in the Hood, so I gotta come fancy.
You gotta come fire one right
so
here.
This says Uptown's backward, and Uptown's again the right way, the regular way. But I thought of that concept with the drip inside of it. I'll show you. I'll definitely get one to show with more color. I'll plug in the website on the chat for those that are interested. But I thought of it as forward, backwards, forward, and the drip coming down through it sequentially. Just little drip, middle drip to it's a dripping. And then lastly, and then the finest with a whole different attitude, because if you can see at the end, there's like these little, you can't see it from here, you can see it on the website, but there's these little like race marks at the end of every letter, and finest is running out from the weight of Uptown, because it's a nah, and that's why that effect is there. So as corny to others it may look like, for me, this is my dream. This was like, this is the first idea that I wanted to do with the hoodie. Like, it's December, what else do most people wear in the wintertime but a hoodie? It's something that I know I've been working on my whole life. I promise you, I really was super like adamant about putting out this design. Also, there's a little detail to it. This is the number 88, right? And it was supposed to be on the right hand side, but it's on the left hand side, which makes this even more special because, just miscommunication. But the 88 represents the year I was born. But I don't want it to just be any 2 88s. It's the infinity signs, 2 infinity signs. Because I'll be real, bro. I think I'm gonna live forever. Like, I think I'm gonna live forever, even if not in the physical form. I think in the just whatever form that I choose to live with through people. Again, leading back to the business. So that's one of the hoodies. This is another T-shirt that I got. This one ran out. This is the embroider Uptownzfinest pocket one. I have another one, a blue one. Again, I'll plug it in on the website. Also, I don't know if y'all see the candle burning in the front there, but I also sell candles with my business too. They're not just any candles, they're aromatherapy candles. I'm talking about, forget just the clothing creativity, candle creativity is like, whoa, like, you just sometimes don't know the process behind what's created in front of you. We don't really, I think humans don't really appreciate art the way they're supposed to, and it comes with everything, because everything in life is art. This lamp is art, that hat is art, the shirt is art, like everything is art, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So with the candles, they're aromatherapy candles, and again, it leads back to my niece. After I one day physically perish, my niece is up next. Why am I gonna leave him on a planet that's just been neglected by the people present? So sustainability, my candles are like sustainable. They're all hand poured, all vegan, aromatherapy. They burn for 72 hours. I have 2 scents. I'm working on the third one, and I could share the third one exclusively with y'all. I got 2 right now. One called the Zen Flow, which is lavender and lemon verbena, and then the other one is called Green Healing. And Green Healing is eucalyptus, peppermint, and driftwood. And the purpose why I wanted to create a candle, because I think what a candle does, no matter what you identify as, I think a candle just lets you feel present and relaxed. Just that burn is a dance, and that scent is alleviating. Now it's doing 2 actions at one time, but the third action should be enjoy it how you want. You're playing some games, you want a candle lit, you want to get sexy with your lady, light a candle. Yo, you want to just chill in the tub, smoke a L, have a little cup to drink with a candle lit on the side. You can have a candle lit there. You could be studying and just have the candle lit, because the scent will accentuate the way your mind works. So I wanted to do that. Why I created candles is because why not? I want to create whatever the hell I want. Because if I could do it, I'm going to do it. The only person that could stop me is me. COVID already stopped me, and that wasn't even a person.
Word.
That's intangible.
Yeah.
I couldn't even grab COVID if I wanted to. But what is tangible is myself. Am I going to put in the work? Hell yeah, I'm going to put in the work, because now I'm building generational wealth. And I want to do it with all of my people. And it starts with my creations. Forget just the events. I'm talking about, I also got 3D printed ashtrays right in the front, right? Right there in the red.
Yeah, the red and the gray one.
We also, not for nothing, we chiefing over here, and we're using one of the ashtrays right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are utilizing my creation right now. And for me, as small as it sounds to those in the chat, for me, it's like, wow, like, I can't believe I'm creating this, and it's on an episode with my homeboys, with something they created, which is Nerdz in the Hood. You know, and it's like through creations within one another, that's all we need to continue inspiring one another, like, to do it. And, you know, that's why I'm going to continue to create. I'll say this exclusively to y'all. I will be releasing the third scent soon. Literally, nobody outside of just who I said it to really knows that I'm releasing the third scent. I'm actually doing a really dope event with it. So whoever wants to pull up, come through. But the creations ain't stopping. I got a lot of things. I'm gonna aim to be at Art Basel at the end of the year. Cause why not? Why can't I bring New York to Florida? They already try to be like us. Alright, so let me bring the real thing to y'all. Let me bring Uptown to the south. Let me go down there, cause Floridians, I love y'all. Sometimes y'all just be jocking us too much. But it's okay. It's okay to be inspired.
Talking about inspiration, though, I want to personally say that you have inspired me. You didn't know, but for everyone else out there, I think I told you, but I'm gonna tell everybody else now that, you know, I used to go outside. I've been an outside person. I go to events, and I always show up. You know, people before even Nerdz in the Hood, a lot of people did know who I was just for being outside, and I'm not even nobody crazy. I'm just a regular dude. I go out and I show everybody the same love that they show me. Yeah. And you were someone that I saw at a lot of events that was getting a lot of love. Like, everyone always knew you, but I never got the link. No one, for some reason, we would be in the same room, but I didn't know any mutual friends that introduced me to you, but somehow you always left a stamp on me. Like, I always was like, yo, this dude seems mad cool. Like, I want to meet him. I'm something about him. I want to meet this guy. And then eventually I got to one of my boys, Yusuf. Shout out to Cash Game Supreme. He brought you over for a party, and just small world shit happened. And I got to meet you for the first time, and look at us now, bro. Like, you're a guest on a show that I just started last year. We're talking about what you've been doing out here, the moves you've been making, and all the great things that I've been, like, paying attention to and watch you do, but I just never got to talk to you about it. I never got to sit down and have this conversation. And now, thank you. I appreciate you being on something that I'm trying to create and I'm trying to build on. So I appreciate that.
Yo, everybody in the chat, we are thankful for y'all. Most importantly, we're conversing amongst us here, but we're conversing with y'all out there. So thank you for everybody who's present. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for those who are conversing with us through the chat. Thank you if you popped your head in and out, whether you shared it Whether you repost it, whatever you did, whatever you're doing for us, thank y'all for being present with us. Because I'm be real, this is for me monumental because my life is expanding, right? I'm like a Pokemon, right? I go from Charmander to Charmeleon to Charizard. Shit, matter of fact, I could go from Growlithe to Arcanine. Like, I'm expanding. We're expanding, right? So anything you take from this conversation, apply it to your life. We are all plants at the end of the day. We're all rooting. Water yourself every day. Take care of yourself. Whatever you want to work on, whatever you want to do, just do it. The mental part holds us back because while we lay or sit back, we're comfortable. But tell your mind, yo, stop being comfy. Because 30 minutes now, your future self will say, yo, God bless you. Because here I am on this island enjoying 30 minutes then. Just do the work. Get up and do it. I fall victim because sometimes I don't do it. But guess what I've been doing lately? I've been doing it because, yo, I've been presented this challenge. But guess what? I'm working, man. Like, get out of here, man. I ain't gonna let this country who's already taken away from us for so many years keep taking from me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And speaking of creations, we got another creation for you that we want you to join in with us. It is our tried and true segment known as Facts or...
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
He always puts it late. Yeah, so this is you're gonna play this with us, brother. Not really a game per se, but it's something we like to have fun doing as New Yorkers. Basically, we just have a couple of topics, and we just bring up a couple of lists that we find, and we just say if we agree, which you already know is facts, and if we disagree, fuck out of here. It's tried and true to us New Yorkers.
Okay.
So before we actually have a new one.
Yo, I love this. Fuck out of here. Yo, before you continue, can I just say shouts to the New York lingo forever.
Yeah.
Forever. This is
100 facts.
Yeah,
word.
All that. You don't know who makes it. It just comes out of nowhere.
Word.
Like, where can you go where I'm good means a million different things.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
That's a fact.
You know
That's
what I mean?
a fact. And everywhere else, I'm good just means like I'm okay. But here, it's like so many different
You don't know what it means.
definitions. Yeah, you never know.
Year is the one. Year.
Yeah,
when that blew up to me, I was just like, yo. So they just changed the way we say. We used to say what up, sup. Like there's what up was it. You got your regular hi with a hey, whatever, But everyone said what up. Most niggas say what up, right? Now you say yer. Yer is not even a word. It's a sound.
We making sounds in the streets.
Exactly.
It's a sound. It's just a sound. It's a sound that blown up to the point that commercials say it. Like, it's legit. It's a sound. It's just like, yer. Like, yo, alright.
Basically, shout outs to New York lingo, because this is why we're doing facts or fuck out of here, instead of just true or false or something like that. But, we're going to get on that.
Before we even start this chat, we just want to say
time.
we are grateful for y'all again. We're going to start this segment off. I'm excited. Yo, whatever you got in the crib, put that up. You all ready. We're going to get it popping.
Alright, so basically, what we have a new discussion we're gonna do, but we want to bring up an old one to you.
Talk to me.
It was something we were gonna bring up on Instagram and all that, which we do plan on doing. But now we got you here, homie. We just wanted to ask. This was something we brought up a couple weeks ago. We asked which network back in the day had the best Saturday morning lineup. We narrowed it down because NBC had their own, CBS had their own, but they were kind of short-lived. But we know it was ABC was holding it down with their Disney block, Fox was holding it down with their half anime, half superhero type block, and then Kids WB did the same, half anime, half superhero, with a little bit of that crazy stuff. So which one of those three channels do you feel, in your opinion? I know it's a tough. When you think about it, it's a tough question.
I think what's hard about it is everything. Because Fox 5 and WB, like, I think of like Digimon, I think of Pokemon, I think of like X-Men, I think of like
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh, Escaflowne, like I'm thinking of like and it's crazy because there's so much that I'm like,
I like that name drop.
Listen, I've been
not
only have I been on the streets physically, but I've been on the streets and TV watching. I've been dedicated. Like, Bro, I remember when Pokemon used to come on at 7 in the morning on WB. I'm like, I can't be up that early. But Saturdays, I would wake up, make my grilled cheese. I have my routine. But if it came down to it, I am probably going to say Fox.
Yeah, we said that, right? Yeah,
I think I'm going to say Fox because...
I don't think I said Fox. I'm sorry. No.
He probably said like TBS or something.
Oh no, you did say. I think it was me and Dev said Kids WB, and I think you said Fox.
I think you did say Fox.
I think you said Fox. Yeah. Nobody said ABC.
So why y'all decision? Mind me asking.
No, that's fine.
Why I chose Fox? Oh man, X-Men and Spider-Man. That was like all I loved when I was a kid.
Early Batman.
Spider-Man is like still my #1 superhero of all time.
I'm not gonna lie. Me, I was as much as I like cartoons and stuff, and why I drifted over to anime is because I think when I was younger, I realized very young I liked the more complex stories. I didn't like the like kind of kiddish ones. So like I knew like X-Men was very in depth. You had to pay attention to what was going on in the episodes. Like you said, Spider-Man, another one that was just like the episodes flowed. Like you kind of, if you missed one, it was cool. You could kind of catch up. But then if you saw a repeat, you were over it because you're just like, yo, I want to see where the story goes. Yep. You were already on that wavelength of what's next. Like, what's the next episode? You from a young age, we already knew. Like, yo, I want to see. Come on, like continue the story.
Like, I hear that.
I mean, Kids WB and Dev, who's not here, he also said Kids WB like me. But for myself, I told him I did love Fox back in the day. They were home to many. They introduced us to a lot of just outside the box anime. Because where Kids WB had Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, Fox had Ultimate Muscle. And you're right, see? Fox had Ultimate Muscle, and you were like, this is weird, but for some odd reason, I can't stop watching it. And Fox, low-key, was the first network to introduce the world to One Piece, and nobody cared about it. That was the whack version at the time. So that was a different vibe back then. Kids WB, back in the day, just started off with a dream of just, okay, we're going to hold y'all down with Dragon Ball Z. Just watch this and watch Sailor Moon. Boom. Get out of here. Then it evolved, and they made some deal with Fox to get Batman over. They made some deal with Fox to get Animaniacs over. And then they just built these great cartoons from Kids WB like Freakazoid and Road Rovers and Wayne Head. And then just out of nowhere, they were like, all right, hold this anime. Boom, Pokemon. That was it. And then they were like, oh, yeah, Fox get anime? All right, hold on. Yu-Gi-Oh, that's it. We're just going to hold that. We'll try some more later, but these two right here, that's all we need. We live in.
So I'll ask y'all, and I'll counter y'all question with this question.
Okay.
Who had the overall, forget your Saturday, from Monday to Sunday,
who
had the overall better selection? Fox or WB?
I like what you did there, brother. I was going to split it in the mornings and in the afternoons, but I like what you did there.
I would have to look at the lineup.
Yeah, because now it just narrows to those two. Let me tell you something.
I don't...
Because ABC didn't do afternoons because I was more for adults.
I need to see the whole lineup and how it was played out.
Fox afternoons, if I remember, was mostly, they didn't really do the anime. It was more like
Beast Wars.
Yeah, Beast Wars, Batman, Spider-Man. They did they only did X-Men as like special events on the afternoons. So they made you watch it. Yeah. I think it was
Transformers.
When they fought Apocalypse.
Oh my
They made you come home from school to run home to watch these dudes fight Apocalypse. I was like, oh my god. So anyway, Power Rangers. So stuff of that nature. That was them. Eat the Cat. And then Kids WB, I think, realized that Fox was going hard, and then put Pokemon during the afternoons, and then made you come home early to watch like Sailor Moon, Samurai Pizza Cats, and Dragon Ball Z.
So someone in the chat, Almighty YLG, wrote something absolutely important that I didn't want to throw in the cherry bomb just yet.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be nice and calm. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not fair though.
Yeah, I don't want to bring Toonami in just yet because
that's
Toonami, in my opinion,
it changed the game.
It changed society.
It did.
It did.
The hoodlums, the dudes that was beating people up after school, they weren't beating people up after school because they needed to be home at 5 p.m. to catch the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
They gave us the episodes we were waiting years for.
Yo.
That's what it was. They were like, yo, remember you were waiting on that other channel? Well, guess what? We got all of that. And you're like, oh, say less. But he's right. It came after Kids WB started slowly calming down and Fox started calming down.
Toonami changed the game for me so much that it made when the internet, even when it was just dial-up, the internet's starting to get a little bit more popping now, and Toonami's starting to run reruns or they're behind, and you're like, yo, there's got to be more to this. Where's this coming from? Now you're using the internet to find those websites that are allowing you to watch it sub, and it changed that because of Toonami. Changed my whole perspective and game of what animes I was watching. Yeah. Now I realize Toonami was just like the tip of the iceberg on what was really out there.
Yep.
And unless you used the internet or you really went and read comic books and went outside and you were doing your research, some people stuck at Toonami. That was it. That was it. They stay there. They stay there.
Now in 2022, Toonami, you know, it's not an afterthought. It's just that it's at a time where nobody could really care to watch it. It's at Saturday nights from midnight to like 4 a.m. And they still play. They play like Naruto Shippuden, One Piece, Sword Art Online. It's different animes.
Yeah,
which is cool.
They've had like their Dragon Ball Z Super era.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like they play. It's cool, but it you know, it's at a time where now you're an adult and you're like, at that time I'm probably at a party or something.
So what I you know what's crazy, like how time changes everything, right? So I know, oh my God, even in this living room, this space that I was in, the TV was there. Before I moved to my mother's crib down the block, the TV was there. The big box, the big obese steroid SpongeBob TV box. It used to be right there. And yo, my cousin and I, we used to take the M4 from 107 from Madison all the way up. Yo, the 4-5, get the juice, get the chips, We'd sit back and like, there it is, and it just started. You know, we'd catch some of the stuff beforehand, but there were just things that it's like, as a kid, you look forward to, right? Cartoons, animation was something like I look forward to. Digimon, when it was presented to me,
you know, Digimon was one of them, but believe it or not, one of the ones that really made me be like, yo, this stuff is really getting out of control. Like, I really gotta pay attention. Was Zoids.
Yo,
love
Zoids. Shouts to the Zoids because people don't even talk about Zoids.
Exactly, they don't.
It was very slept on.
But Zoids was fire.
But in the beginning, when Zoids first popped off, it was because it was at like 6 a.m. I remember we talked about this. So you had to be getting ready for school, like
that was. I must have not. You know what it is? As a young kid, I was waking up with my mom, shout out to my mom, who's a nurse her whole life, out there in Jacoby doing her thing, but. She probably was I was waking up at those times with her, and I ain't even realize. Yeah. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
It's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, time to start your day. Like, all right, bro, let me get some cereal. Like you said, eat your cereal. And I was rocking with Zoids, and I would talk about it. People would be like, nah, but it's true. Is that probably not many people was up to watch that joint.
Yeah. It's crazy because like, now that we talk about even being up, and I asked this to the chat too, what is your first anime that you watched? And when you talk about time, I don't know if it's considered anime. I think it is. But G-Force was the first, like, I've seen cartoons, Tom and Jerry, SWAT Cats, all different types of stuff.
Those are classics.
But when I think of like an anime-esque, it's G-Force for me. And I remember seeing it at like 2 a.m. on Cartoon Network. But when I saw it, it was like this doesn't look like Tom and Jerry or like Huckleberry Finn or you know those worlds.
Yeah,
but what is this? Like, what is being presented as a kid? Your stimuli, your hippocampus is challenged, right? And it's like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? Like,
I can tell you 3 right off the top of my head that I know, for a fact.
All right.
Dragon Ball Z, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Gundam Wing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, absolutely.
Those were the ones. Those were the ones that really caught my attention at a young age. That I was just like, yo, I want more of this. Like, I need more of this, yo. Big ass robots fighting in space. Dude's fucking instant transmission, doing Kamehamehas. Then you got another dude that's dead and blows people up just by going like this. I'm like, yo.
Facts. There's one, and I want to ask the both of y'all too, which is what are y'all like introduction to? But yo, one that stood out to me, now that you mention it, and I hope y'all know this one. Outlaw Star was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Chat,
Come on, bro.
let me know if y'all have watched Outlaw Star.
is-
Real talk, Outlaw Star.
That is up here.
Yeah, it's
Oh man, and you know, there's the Cowboy Bebop to the
Of course,
Oh, yeah,
of
of
course.
the big O's, the Inuyashas,
Yeah, those
that whole ever, that element. But something about Tenchi Muyo, the whole
Tenchi Muyo.
Tenchi series.
Yeah, the ten.
You have so we see you Sam,
For me, it was like,
Ronnie Kenshin.
what is it about this ship and just this whole crew, their personalities, the end, like, why is this shit so cool? And guess what? It's because it was meant to be cool.
Yeah,
right.
One of the greatest animes ever, yo.
Yeah.
I love that one. So,
Those ones, those Big O,
90s anime.
the Outlaw one you said, those were all animes, unfortunately, that I ended up finding out later in life. Like because I started researching, then you go back and you find out the classics. So you watch them and you're like, I understand why this is a classic. Now, had you seen that if I had seen that one first, I probably would have fell in love with anime from that one.
Mhm.
But it's just the way that it was presented to me. And now, you go back and you look at the history of it, and which ones, like everyone's gonna have, like you said, Tenchi Muyo, Tenchi
Muyo,
Yeah.
Tenchi in
Tenchi
Tokyo,
Muyo.
Tenchi Universe.
Tenchi
Like,
Muyo always made me laugh as a young kid, because I'm like, yo, I don't understand how people don't like this guy. He's got 3 girls just trying to smash, yo.
Wow.
Like Roni, homegirl Roni Ali said, she said Tenchi was a hoe. And I told her, I was like, it was debatable, but then I thought,
it's
she ain't
chill.
wrong.
Tenchi definitely, no, he knew.
He was wilding out. He was
Like,
wilding out.
Yo,
I
son,
used to laugh at that all the time, bro. I used to be like, yo.
Miyagi and all
Yeah,
that.
I was like,
come
yo,
on,
if you look past what's
Ryo-
really going on, it's dumb funny.
Ryoku was on him. I'm like, so which one do y'all want to answer
I'll
that
go
next?
first.
Oh, yeah, let me
I
go
was
first.
exposed very early, so my era is more like the hyper-violent 80s. So my first 3 I can name off the top of my head are Fist of the North Star,
Wow.
The Guyver, and Devilman.
Wow.
All very 80s, very violent enemies.
Very violent. Very violent.
Yo. But you know why I love his answer?
Okay.
Because I wasn't expecting it.
Mm.
You never know who got introduced to what at what
Yeah.
time of their life, right? You could be 10. Yo, my niece put me onto an anime a couple weeks ago. I'm like, this shit is hot. This shit is fly.
Remember what the
Like,
name of it was?
I will give me like 2 seconds because it's been a minute since I've watched
alright.
it. But yo, it was just this girl walking around with her pink P90.
I think that's Gun Gale.
No.
Did
Did she have like a dress?
yeah,
I think
and
that
then,
was Sword Art.
and then she's
Sword Art?
like in a competition or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yo,
Yeah, Sword Art, yeah.
and for me, I'm
Sword
like,
Art
yo,
Online.
shouts to them.
Sword Art
Yeah.
Online.
Shouts to dates. They make some of the illest animes. And yo, when I saw that, I'm like, yo, she's younger than me. But guess who just got put on? I did. We always, you know what I'm saying? We're always students to life at everything. We're always gonna keep learning.
Shout out to you. I know you're right here, but shout out to you because that was a good answer, like you said. Because he knows with Crunchyroll, I just started watching City Hunter, which was another 80s anime. And I told him, I was like, why is this anime so raw? Because every episode I was like, yo, there was a scene where they was drinking Henny. and they was drinking an expensive V-Sop joint. And I'm like, yo, what's going on in this anime, bro? They was just randomly drinking. And they was just chilling like,
Not the $50 bottle.
Yeah, they was drinking the real big baller Henny. And I'm
Big
like,
baller.
yo. And I asked him, I was like, yo, what is going on? Why is this show so raw? And all he said to me was, it was the 80s, bro. It was always wilding back then. That was the norm.
Yep.
And I was like,
Wild
wow.
West right there.
Yeah, and we knew that Fist of the North Star was very influential. Remember we saw that MMA fight? And the guy came out. That was his old...
the theme music?
Yeah, his entrance was the Fist of the North Star theme song. And we were sitting there like, yo, I think I know what this is. So, but for me, where he's the 80s, I was more the 90s. I loved Outlaw Star, just like you said. Yu Yu Hakusho was the first mature anime that I got to watch on television outside of like the Ninja Scrolls and stuff like that and Akira and all that. But that was the first one I saw on television, and this was before I even knew Adult Swim did anime. I was just randomly watching TV like him, and I was like, oh, this dude just got hit by a car. So it was just like, I was just like, okay, I thought it was just anime being anime, and then he was dead, and I was like, time out, what am I watching?
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful. And then I watched that and fell in love with it. I fell in love with Case Closed. This is not a 90s anime. I fell in love with Lupin the Third, which is one of, if you don't know, there's a little hip hop fact. Lupin the Third is one of the most heavily sampled animes in terms of rap music. Just look it up. J. Cole's used it. Action Bronson's used it. It's definitely there. Just look it up.
We gonna talk. Mind your business, chat, but we gotta talk outside of here. All of us. The 80 joints and what you mentioned I need all of that here.
Yeah, Outlaw Star.
I got time to listen, see different.
Most
and
definitely.
Chat, I hope y'all are listening too, for real. Listen to these gems, apply it to yourself. If you're bored and you got nothing to watch, 80s all day, 90s here, but this is different knowledge, and this is all different knowledge together. So thank y'all for being here, yo.
Yeah, I just started rewatching Rurouni Kenshin. I just felt like rewatching it because it was just, you never realized it was low-key another dark anime too, because it was about a dude who bodied people that said, I just don't feel like bodying people anymore.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I gotta stop because it's not the right thing. He was just like, I just don't feel like doing it. Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, this is the hottest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
You know you heard dude say that before. Like, damn, I gotta stop
It's like
bodying people.
Once you see that his movie, well, I forgot what it's called.
The live
first
action
one,
regular anime.
where he first gets the cross car. It's like,
See?
yo, that was game changing.
Yeah, like what? But yeah, that was what we were talking about last time. So what we talking about this time, we'll do it real quick. Recently, about actually earlier this month, there was the 2022 Video Game Hall of Fame, and some very, very good video games got inducted recently. So I'm just gonna say the list of those on this one. It was Mrs. Pac-Man, Dance Dance Revolution, H-Sound's favorite game, Sid Meier's Civilization, and of course the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Ocarina, I've always heard that argument. Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to identify it as.
I've always heard that argument. People be like, it's Ocarina. You're like, all right, bro, whatever. You know what the game is. You see what he does. So those...
OOT.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. So those were the several games that got inducted. Now, there was also several games that you already know they have to vote and see which ones should make it and which ones are going to go next time. That's every Hall of Fame ever. So we're going to look at the ones that weren't inducted, but they were right there. They were just right this close and just unfortunately got the dub. So I'm gonna say some of the names, or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's enough. I'm gonna say all the names, and you guys just give quick facts the fuck out of here, right? He's ready. I like that.
I'm here. I'm like that.
So you're saying the names that didn't get mentioned.
That did not get mentioned.
Yeah. That should have been
exactly.
mentioned.
Exactly.
That's the all right.
Yes, thank you, sir. Now, the cool thing about the Video Game Hall of Fame is that it's not just video games that were on consoles. They open this up to all fields. So, PC games and as well as smartphone games. Wow. Speaking of which, one of them that almost made the cut, this smartphone game, Words with Friends. Should it have been in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Come on, you've probably been getting those texts.
I'm going to keep it a stack. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You think it should have been in there?
Nah, actually.
No, you saying it should? Oh, no. Wait.
No, I'm saying, alright. I don't think it should be in there.
Oh, so it's
facts.
Facts.
My fault.
Yeah.
My
It's
fault.
okay.
That was my. Why I say facts? Because why? Like I need to hear the other options. Because if that's one, don't make it. Like, dude, there's a multiverse of fucking awesome games. Come on, with that.
So the same boat?
Yeah, facts.
Same boat.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm laughing because he meant to say facts, but the New Yorker in him was like, yo, fuck
out
out of
of
here.
here.
Fucking trash
Get that trash can out of here. I was even in the conversation. That was the New Yorker in him. Like, fuck out of here.
Thank you for pointing that
No,
out.
I felt that.
Oh my
Because I saw him right when he was like, nah, fuck out of here. I was like, I know what he was
You gotta
saying.
say it. You gotta
But
say
it's
it.
okay. I was like, he wasn't confused. That's how he really felt. That wasn't a confusion,
that's
folks.
funny.
And it's all good.
I like that because I didn't even realize. And he just explained what the game is, and I'm like,
You're a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker. It's all good, brother.
We all done it before.
All done it before.
Yeah.
Facts. That's facts.
We just got so hyped. We was like, fuck out of here.
Yeah,
We were
right.
like, what?
All three of y'all.
Like,
All three of y'all were
I
like,
mean,
no. So the next one, H-Side, you might, I don't know if you've heard of this or you've heard of this, Rogue. Have you heard of it? Rogue. If you haven't, then it sounds like I don't want to say fuck out of here because I haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, but I know it was close
So that's undecided. We could go undecided.
Yeah, it came out in 1980. It was a computer game. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I saw a tweet with like the cover of it, but I've never personally played it.
Yeah.
Yes, 100,000,000%. I saw that, and I've never played it. But damn, there's some computer games that I want to shout out that I'm like,
I never heard that.
He's like, but not this.
so yeah, I'm
Nah, that's
undecided on that. I didn't get to play that.
Nah, you good, brother. So we can all agree facts deserve to not make the Hall of Fame. If it does, good for them, but just not this year.
Yeah.
The next one for another smartphone game, Candy Crush Saga. Another famous smartphone game. Keep it off. Keep it off. Keep it off. There we go. We're running the gauntlet now. So now the another. Oh, actually, this one's a computer game, a classic, Minesweeper.
Ooh.
Yeah, Minesweeper. Everybody's
just
had,
because the games are better now, I would say that it's fine staying where it's at. It was an amazing game though,
but not Hall of Fame.
not Hall of Fame.
Yeah. This was everybody's grandmother's favorite computer game.
So I think why I'm undecided on this one
Okay.
is because the nostalgia for those that got
Exactly.
to experience it.
Exactly.
For those that haven't, they
That's-
wouldn't know. But the ones that know, yo, you fucking know. That game,
That's just
yo,
epic.
I'd be at family parties and I'm like, Tío, prende la computadora. Turn the computer on and I'd be in there like, I can't beat this shit. Like, this is so hard.
The best part of that game was when you saw people play, you would judge them on how many boxes are up. Be like, yeah, you play on baby mode. Bro.
Yeah, softy.
By the way you're describing the memories, I would say it probably should be on the Hall of Fame.
Matter of fact, do you guys remember this? Do you remember that especially when it got harder, if you picked one of like the first three, right? A row of three, and it all was numbers, then you know you could go 3 down, 3 across, and 3 up, and the bomb was in the dead middle. That was always the cheat to that game.
Man, that's
Yo, shouts to my man.
Had the cheats.
My man, yo, his brain his medulla oblongata's on point.
You know what it is? He's a Mount man. He went to Mount, and I went to Mount Virginia High. When you're in that computer class, every person at one point was like, play this monster. So if you know how to play like he did, you were like, all right, I'm going to keep running this till class ends. But if you were that one person, I was like, the bomb? All right, whatever he want me to do. Whatever the teacher want me to do, I'm going to do it.
I had mad strategies, bro. I used to start I would click the first 4 corners. That was my first one.
That was the guy
if the bomb hit on the first 4, I'd be like, this game was trash. Next one, let's start. Like, there's strategies, like.
All right, we got the games that I knew you guys would say, facts on. But now we're gonna get to the games that are gonna make you question it a little bit. First up, Assassin's Creed.
Ooh.
Is it Hall of Fame worthy? Should it have been on this list or no?
I've never been a fan of the franchise, so I'll say facts.
All right, so you should have stayed off.
I'm gonna say facts myself.
Okay.
And yo, I'll be real, that game, phenomenal.
Yep.
But I guess I didn't give it enough love for it to be a part of it for my list.
I'm in the same boat, brother. It's okay. One day I was like just playing just him, and he was going around sneaking up on people. Next thing you know, I was like Pirates, Vikings. I'm like, this guy's come up, Egyptians. But shout out to that franchise. Even the fact that they got a movie off the ground. But yeah.
Shout out to Chocolate the Mongo who said Candy Crush is fuck out of here. Believe me. He also said that the game got the boomers
I can't
by
see
the
it right now.
Yeah, he said that the game got the boomers by the neck, and he said most people don't even know how to play Minesweeper.
Yo,
Facts.
Yo, you know what's crazy? It took me a long time to really put the mathematics behind that.
There's a little strategy to it.
And like I think the thing is there was no strategy book to knowing that. It was just word of mouth. So like even like not even to get off topic, but like a game like Assassin's Creed or like a Resident Evil 2, they had the manual.
Yeah.
Like you could buy a book at a bookshop. This is everything you gotta do in the direction it's supposed to be. Versus Minesweeper, I'm just clicking because I'm like, yo, I think I know, but I never knew up until one of my friends started sharing, like, yo, let me open up to a whole new world. Yo, when I started learning because of somebody sharing the word, I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those strategies. Kingdom Hearts pushed me to that limit. that I had to go to the store and buy the whole manual. I was like, nah, I want to beat this game, and I need to know how.
I remember I got lucky. The game what was it Banjo-Tooie, the sequel to Banjo-Kazooie. It was a little difficult for me at the time. I'm not gonna front. If anybody gonna laugh, whatever, I'll take it. But I went to Toys R Us. There was a Toys R Us that used to be right near my crib in Co-op City. Before they built the one in Bay Plaza, there was a smaller one up the street. And I went there one day and I saw the manual and I was gonna just read it for a minute. And I was reading it. And then I looked at the price tag and I was like, yo, that's crazy. This joint says 99 cents. That's wild. So I was like, wait a minute. So I go up to the guy. I was like, yo, is this really $1? So the guy's like, what? You know what, bro? Give me $1. We'll make it happen right now. I was like, yo. Let's go. I'm like, yo, I'm about to beat this shit.
That's such a
for
dope
$1.
story, bro.
He said it was an error, but he was like, I don't even care, yo. Fuck it. Give me the $1. And I watched him put the $1 in the till. He was like, yo, you good. Yo, get out of here. I was like, let's go. That was the greatest ever.
Yo, wherever homeboy is, who blessed them, I hope you live in a good life.
Wherever you at, bro. God bless you. I know you ain't at that Toys R Us. Well, nobody is. But anyway, there is 3 more games left, fellas. So let's run through this. 3 more games. Game number 1. Parappa the Rapper. Hall of Fame worthy. I see it, yes.
That shit is definitely Hall of Fame worthy.
Fuck out
of here.
I was never a fan, but I will say fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because that game
What?
was generational.
He played,
Yeah.
he beat Jammerlin. That's why.
What?
The Rock one. About his cousin?
Who?
You.
Who you talking to? What is you talking about?
What? Who? All right, I gotta agree with you guys.
For those that have not played Parappa the Rapper, please.
Beautiful.
But the first time I played it was on my PlayStation 1 when I had the PlayStation magazine, the official PlayStation magazine,
remember that.
where it came with the demo.
Yeah.
Boom, you get the CD, and I'm like, son of a bitch. This is awesome.
I think you had that at the Game and Chill. On one of the emulators.
Of course, bro.
Yeah. I think we were at Bronx Brewery and I walked past, I saw someone playing it, and I walked over and told them, like, yo, bro, they over there playing Parappa the Rapper, bro. They must think I gotta go watch that, son.
That's a fact.
So we got Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper is
That's let's see, 2 more. Okay, number 2. Ooh, that's a good one.
So I glad the Mondu agrees with us. Fuck out of here, Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
It's Hall of Fame worthy.
And he's probably gonna agree with this one. NBA Jam did not make the Hall of Fame. NBA Jam.
I say fuck out of here. Because NBA Jam, from my generation, we passed down what that game held us down with.
Yep.
I could just say all of the little
He's on
catchphrases.
fire.
Burning up, heating up, yo.
Fire.
Everything about the game is not what games are now.
Yep.
Now it's I really gotta play basketball, make it look good,
Yep.
versus I'm gonna have some fun with it. And see and leading it all the way back to my Mario Kart answer earlier with racing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have that funky in it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So and shit, I don't know if this is on the list, but even like NBA Streets.
Yeah.
NBA Streets 1 and 2,
That's true.
revolutionary gaming. I mean sports
not on
games.
this one.
but-
I'll honestly say that, it's definitely fuck out of here. Because only reason why I say that, because that was kind of hard for me. And the only reason why I say that is because NBA Jams was the one game, one of the one basketball games that when I went to the arcade, if I saw it, I played it. Like if I saw it there, I had to play it because it was just fun. It was a fun game. Like you can't front. It was a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
And there was other ones that there was some other NBA games. Live an arcade one?
No, you can play arcade mode. But it wasn't
Tournament.
arcade in it wasn't like in the arcades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well yeah, the NBA Jams was definitely the one that I played in for sure in the arcade. I was like, yeah.
Jam deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the NBA
game,
Jams.
any game where you could play as the current president at the time deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because Bill Clinton did a dunk where he brought out the saxophone while he was dunking. You know how embarrassing that is if you on the opposite end of that that's another rage. That's another game controller thrown, bruh. I was playing at an arcade in Chicago, and I still was getting upset that I lost. I was like ready to throw something, and it was nothing there to throw. But
Chocolate de Madu also saying that NBA Jam is a classic, but bringing up a good point. He said all sports games today are simulations. There's no more fun sports games.
That's
like
facts.
the EA big games or SS Tricky.
Bro! Tricky.
SS Tricky?
No, he's right.
That
was
my joint.
SSX was $50 when it came out, and yo, this is my fat boy in me. Going to Game Express, I knew I could buy me a bag of chips for a quarter water. I love me some zebra cakes, so I bought me a zebra cake at 75 cents. And lastly, somehow, some way, I don't want my breath to stink, so I'm gonna buy me a Winter Fresh for a quarter, and that's $1. Now I got $49. I can't afford that $50 plus tax game. So what do? Hassles, right? And yo, haggle, and I used to go in there like 45, man. 40. Yo, so for SSX, the dude was just, I think he was drunk. I think he was drunk. And this is a lot for a kid back then. I was expecting 45. He's like, man, you always showed love. $40. And you know what I did with that extra $5? I bought me more food. So now when I play SSX, I'm eating.
We're eating good. That game was hidden, and the food was hidden.
For all the Uptown people in the chat, if you know about Caporal Chicken, right here, that used to be down the block. Best chicken in New York City, hands down. I used to buy me a snack box for $2.75. Come to the crib, and I would play Tricky. SSX
all day.
SSX Tricky made me snowboard. I swear to everything.
Yeah, I would love to go
I swear to everything.
All the EA Sports. It was EA Sports Big, that company. It was it was SSX Tricky, NFL Street, FIFA I think did a Street one, and of course NBA Street. Especially if you got the GameCube version, because they let you play as Mario, Luigi, and Peach. And those three was going off. Not when those three was going off.
Yeah.
The women I was thinking of was 3LW back when they was a big R&B group. They let you play as them, which was mine.
Yeah, on NBA Streets.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know why, but they're actually pretty good.
And I'm like, Adrian, you nice, baby. Yeah. Like, what's going on out here?
I'll be watching Power like, that was a chick from NBA Street.
And yo, son, y'all even remember this? Not even to get off court. NFL Blitz of the world.
Oh yeah, the Blitz. That was another one. And you got to leg drop people after the play was dead.
Yo,
the quarter end, you still leg dropping the mug, man. That was those are the days, bro.
We got somebody in the chat, Sam.
Yeah.
He said Freestyle, which was a great BMX game. I don't really remember that one.
I remember those. We wasn't playing those like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know Tony Hawk
trash at it.
Yeah, we wasn't really playing those.
Tony Hawk
but
is
Freestyle
his own category.
Yeah, I've never played it that much. I've watched it played.
Yeah.
When people that I'm like, oh, this shit dope right here.
Yeah, because that was a separate revolution. So when Tony Hawk's game blew up, and it was like, I forgot, it was Matt somebody, I think. They had their own little section.
That was that. They had their own little section going on.
And they knew that everybody was copying
it
because the
games and all
right,
that.
because they knew those games weren't that bad.
Yeah.
So, and it goes without saying, the last one, I think we probably won't have that much time to bring up because it's this easy of a option. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil didn't make it.
Resident Evil did not make it.
I think what we need to do is take a shot for Resident Evil. Because
another shot for Resident Evil.
Yo, that's 2 for 2 for Resident Evil.
Yo, word.
Am I wildin'? Yo,
no, you're not wildin', my boy. You're not wildin'. I respect all of that, my brother.
I think so. This is why some of the committees that induct these Hall of Famers, I think they're fucking idiots. And like, why? Why are you in there when you never even played any of those?
Yeah.
Sometimes the people that just don't know.
Right.
It's based off how much is sold or how much the game, dummy. Like, that's what. So when people and even these like when people who make decisions for our communities who don't even live here. And it makes a big impact. It's like, come on, my man, you don't even live here.
It's done for everyone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
culture.
So for me, it's like, who's there that didn't vote for Resident Evil to be there? Is it just one or just in general the series?
It just says Resident Evil, so it's safe to assume just Resident Evil. Because even the same thing with Jam, it doesn't say like tournament edition or the reboot that came out later.
I just can't believe it because like when you think of like nostalgia, you think of Resident Evil.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? From like the square 48-bit graphics where it almost looks like Minecraft, but it's like but this is so great. I don't care. It looks like what it's supposed to be. As a kid, you look at it differently versus now. We're like these graphics, damn, like we played like that. Hell yeah, we played like that. You start from something versus nothing, and Resident Evil.
Like that was the game that made survival horror explode. Like
that's facts.
Nobody was doing what they were doing back then.
That's facts.
Yeah,
that's true.
So let's take the shot.
Let's take a shot to Resident Evil, Parappa the Rapper, and NBA Jam. 3 games that we thought should have been on that list.
Facts. Saludos, chat. Shouts to y'all. Thank y'all for being here.
Hopefully next time they vote, they pick those games.
Shouts to everyone that's speaking their comments, interacting. We appreciate you.
Quick 2 things, we'll end it here. One, I'm sure you've heard about this upcoming fighting game being talked about all over the place. I'm sure you guys are gonna have it at your events when the game does release, which is the Warner Brothers Multiverses game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it's free, so it'll be easier for y'all, everybody, when it does come out. We've seen people already playing the beta and stuff like that. As a fighting game enthusiast, what do you think about that? What do you think it's gonna bring to the table in terms of the culture, whatever?
So that Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl, Haraka. That's whack bud. That's that bud that you're like,
whack
bud. I want a dub, but I got a nick.
That shit hurt my feelings. That game hurt my feelings.
And I'm like, I thought like let's see what they're gonna do. Like what can be done.
Yeah.
But now what you brought to the table, now you open the suitcase with money.
Yes.
And that was like, I got a zebra cake, I got a quarter cheese, I got quarter chips. But for that, I think, first of all, the license turned already. If y'all already going there, get Big O, get whoever the fuck you want. Like, get whoever you want, because the way it's being presented and the way it's been orchestrated, I'm like, wow, like y'all did it. Y'all took y'all time to do what y'all believed in, and y'all invested it into this. Them shits ain't cheap.
Yep.
Yeah. The teams that you work with, that ain't cheap. So for you to get a team, then the licenses, then everything, and to get that as just your beginning base, oh man. Look, Smash Brothers Ultimate is ultimate. It is like, I don't know. You have Sonic fighting Samus. You got Donkey Kong fighting Inkling. Like, I could go on. But for this,
the Ice Climbers,
I'm scared when they do their character reveal, because it's gonna be like, who y'all bringing? Yeah. Look at who y'all already got.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked for the game.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait to lay my hands on it, so then I can lay my hands on other people in the game.
Arya Stark is the one that got me. As soon as I saw her in the roster, I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a little interested now. Just a little. You caught my attention.
Yeah, I saw her. But today, they've revealed some other characters in a leak. And, one of them was, we already know that Rick and Morty were confirmed, but a character, it looks like a costume change, Pickle Rick. We got Pickle Rick.
No, but that's a big difference, though.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Pickle Rick was a savage. Pickle Rick straight up was killing. He demolished the whole little mini organization and fought an assassin real quick.
That's what they're saying.
He took it to level 10, Pickle Rick.
And, I like that, Mongoose. Need that Static Shock DLC, that's a fact. And another character that nobody was expecting, and is going to be the first time a basketball player has been in a fighting game since Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James.
Wow.
What?
Yes, because of Space Jam.
Because of Space Jam.
Yeah.
What?
But
he's gonna be in the game?
They're saying it was a leak that shows he's in the game.
But he didn't even fight, though.
He is today.
I think... I hope it's not real.
I hope so.
I hope
There's
that's
a
not
lot
real.
of
Yeah.
Just cause like, don't force it. I'm all about never forcing anything. He ain't fight nothing. Like he's a basketball player. He's just in the movie. Like once you're just gonna dunk all day, you're gonna dribble. Like what? What are you gonna do? I don't think he should be in addition to it. No disrespect. He's gonna be in something, LeBron. I know. We know what he's doing. He's building generational wealth. But not this game. Come on.
If they were doing it off of Space Jam, right? If they're doing it off of Space Jam, Then they could have picked Damian Lillard, the villain version. That would have
Oh,
been
the
fire.
robot is stupid.
Fire. That would have been fire. The time dude.
You would think that, but it's LeBron. You know, they want to put names that are gonna make people like. You know, you could have picked other characters from Game of Thrones, but the Stark girl, she's
she's an assassin.
Right, but I'm just saying. You know, I don't know Game of Thrones like y'all two, but I'm just saying like that name sticks out.
She ends up ended that joint as an assassin.
Yeah, they just want that real name value, but they also want that shock value. Because for every character that they know is going to be like, why'd you pick this person? They're going to give you a character that's going to be like, all right, I can forgive you for picking the glasses girl from Scooby-Doo because you gave me this other person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. But fans are petitioning. There's more people that they're trying to get. One such fans are petitioning for Tony Soprano and Omar Little.
What?
Yeah.
Omar Little?
Because, you know, they want to commemorate Homeboy dying, you know.
I think what's, again, it leads back to, like, they could do whatever the fuck they want, right? And, like, some things are going to be, like, what's that?
He said Damian Lillard not selling comics.
Nah.
He's right now.
LeBron James.
will get you,
If you hear a name, who stands out more?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Thank you.
I'm thinking fight games wise. Villain.
Yeah.
Villain. He was the best. He's the best villain.
He was.
For all that, throw Kevin Garnett or throw Patrick Beverly.
You're right, but you know they gonna go with, like I said, we gonna get you the name.
It's about the household name.
Exactly.
And like this is again, I'm gonna lead it back to what I said earlier. This is what makes me sad about gaming. It's about the money.
It is.
It's not about the craft no more.
It's not.
You know, and it's Elden Ring is beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, just make games like that, that.
You're right.
Where it looks good and it's like, fuck. There's one boss. I'm here 40 hours. I did a shift. I did a whole week shift trying to beat this boss. Versus like, then it was really about, yo, we just gonna make a game that's challenging. This isn't reality. This is a fucking game, and we're gonna make it as hard as possible. You can still beat it. You know, you can still beat the game. Like, and I miss personally. Like, I've kind of not been buying a lot of games lately to add a backlog. Cause like, nah, man, like some games just don't do it for me. They used to. That's why I revisit retro games because there's games from back then where I'm like, I just never beat this game. Let me go back at it. You know, let me give it another lick there. So I revisit games like that because like I miss that. I miss that part in video games where it's like, where was that? But anyways, leading back to what you said, like, yo, definitely we're gonna have this game. Before we even put it out anywhere, we're gonna personally practice in the game because so the other day, last Wednesday, we actually did a boot camp at PS 187.
I saw that. That was amazing.
And we brought all the equipment, all the monitors, all the switches. We did Smash Brothers. PS 187 right here, right uptown, Fort Washington. We're up there. We go. We got a opportunity to work with the kids, middle schoolers from HITN. Shouts to them. And yo, we're there. We bring Smash. Have the setup. This is great. So we bring the setup. Smash Brothers. You know, anybody can play Smash. Whether you're trash or not, just play it. Just press buttons. If you know how to press the buttons, you do a little bit more. You know?
Yeah.
So boom, we're there. These kids playing. It's just cool. And for me, now where I'm at as a gamer is Uptown's Finest is one baby I gotta take care of. I got twins. I got VGA, video game amateurs. And what we're doing with video games, we're helping people realize you have a voice. You can be heard. It's okay. You're not a geek. You're not a dork. You're not a nerd.
And that's a big factor.
You know what I'm saying? And like growing up, that type of abuse, when people tell you you're fucking corny, you're a geek, you're a nerd, that stays.
That's a big factor because in our time period, talking back to when we were talking about Toonami and all those things, if you were the type of kid that went and did the extra research and was deep in it, you didn't go outside to the hood and talk about that. You didn't. You didn't go outside and tell people like, yo, you know, check out this Yu Yu Hakusho joint, da-da-da-da. There was a small group of friends that you spoke about with that. Mm-hmm. Because you didn't want to be looked at a lot of, you kind of like, yo, nah, you know, there's a certain image you might want to keep up, but you definitely didn't want to be the nerd. You didn't want to be the kid on the block that was like considered a nerd sometimes, as in certain groups. So you'll keep it low key. So there, I I definitely understand where you're coming from. Where there's a lot of people that, and nowadays that's changed though. That whole image has changed. Twitch made it cool to be the nerd. Like,
I don't even just think Twitch, bro. I just think society
Yeah.
spoke out and said, "I'm fucking tired of being a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm not a nerd.
That's
I'm not
facts.
a geek. I'm not
That's
none
facts.
of that.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
Sure.
But this is what I do. This is what I love.
Yeah.
And I think we need to teach people that. And that's what video game amateurs. That's what we do. We teach people. The youth
Facts.
is all of us.
Yep.
We're all kids to the day we die. I don't care. Like, we're kids. We teach through experience of saying it's okay.
Yep. And it's amazing, bro. And that's
you know?
it's amazing to be. It's like you said about your niece putting you onto the anime. It's so dope when you interact with kids and they show you something different, right? And then now you're giving them another outlet. And video game is such a big outlet that some people look down on, but like it's like I was telling a parent one time who was talking about their kid and video games, and I'm just like, yo, if he's good at it, let him play, because he can become rich off of video games. You don't know which way it could go. Maybe he wants to create a game, or maybe he just becomes really nice at it and he goes and becomes a professional gamer. But video gaming has so many platforms now that just play the game, bro. Play the game, be outside.
And when you say that, then it transitions even to this point. So we don't just do the work. We do the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're there. I had to step out to come get a capture card so that we could stream the experience. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it. But I'm away for a little bit, and my man Brandon SB and my man Navis was there. And you know, we had free play. We did free play for people to just no turn nothing. We're just playing, right? So then my man Navis is like, yo, like, hey, like I'm down to play. You know, we're not just here working. Like, you want to play? So one of the kids says, y'all frauds? Like, what's up? Like, do y'all play? And my man Navis was like,
Come through. Come sit down, little man.
Yo, bro. Look, I'm gonna say this with all respect. It don't matter how old you are, you're gonna get these hands.
Anybody can get it.
He smoked them, right?
Anybody can get it.
So my man Navis was already up 2 stocks, and my man Brandon was like, yo, you gonna get that 3-piece chicken McNugget? That 3 stock. You gotta get the 3 stock, huh? Right? And yo, guess what happened? My man beat him, and I wasn't there, but the way Brandon expresses it, I just already know, because Navis is he expresses his emotion. My man 3 stocked this kid, and he jumped up like he achieved Super Saiyan Blue. He jumped up, let's go! And just gullied this kid. Yo, and Brandon's there laughing like, no, like, yo, you're wow. But it was also like, well, what do you do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
What do you be easy? No, and that's how my uncle taught me the game.
That's how you
I'm
learn.
gonna beat your ass in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna beat you physically. I'm gonna beat your ass in this game.
Humble you early.
So, anyways, other than that, I was just gonna say, like, yo, we was at the school, we did that, you know what I'm saying, like, and generational, we're passing that, you know, now we're passing gaming, we're letting people say it's okay to play games, old or new, it don't matter, we want people to just know, play the games, just play it with each other, share that time, because it's nothing like, yo, let's try to be Super Mario World together, you know what I mean, yo, son, let's go to Flower Cup, let's get a gold, yo, GoldenEye? Golden guns?
Nah,
let's shoot each other with 1 shot. I'll shoot you in the toe. You done. You gotta pass the trigger? Nah, let's go. And it's okay to like have fun through these games and like, you know, even hearing games that didn't make it to that where we're on our nostalgia, feeling like fuck out of here. Should have been there. Listen, man, that's where we're at. At least back to that question that you have.
Yeah,
and I just think it's just whack that like some people that just don't know like. They're contributing to stuff that we know, and representation matters. I would love to see a person of color like us one day be there and just say, yo, nah, this needs to be there. This needs to be there. Where it's like, for real, we know it needs to be there.
I want to go back to what you said, though, that Navi didn't hold back on the little kid. I'm totally for that. And when little kids want to play video games, I do not think you should go soft on them. I think that you should push them to the limit. They should lose, right? And then get tight. And you know what happens? Either they're gonna keep playing the game and come back to play you at a better level because they're like, nah, you're not gonna cook me like that. That's not happening. You're not catching me twice like that, right? Or they just move on to the game. That's fine if you want to move on from the game. But most kids, most people that I know who are competitive in the video game world, who is about games, when they lose, they come back to win.
Like, we're in this, and no disrespect to this generation. Actually, a little disrespect to this generation. Sometimes they're a little too soft, and it's like, yo, like,
that's the lack of outside.
You will one day understand what I'm helping you with. I'm teaching you a lesson, and the lesson of I'm gonna whoop your ass, but you're gonna whoop my ass one day. There's this kid, Luiggy kid, who's coming to our VGA tournaments for Smash Brothers. I can't beat his Luigi, bro. My Samus has no chance, but I don't give up. I don't give up because I ain't pussy. I never went in a fight knowing I don't care if you 6'5", I'm 5'6". What up? Like, I'm here. You know what I mean? But never give up. Never give up. Just do it.
That's my
Teach it. Sometimes it's okay.
My 2K run, baby.
Sometimes, you know, he's a baby. I'm going to beat him, but not like whoop his ass. I'm just a little cachetada, a little, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's a couple people.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's a couple comments. There's a couple
Manga Mike said, no. Nandu had a couple of comments.
Yeah,
but first, I'll say Manga Mike said, when I'm too tired to move after training, I like to play challenging games because it's mentally stimulating and it helps you practice patience and control, especially when the stakes are high. All right, respect that. And Mangu said,
mine is brain exercise, muscle pumping right there.
Yep. Mangu said, even outside of that, games require reading, puzzle solving, problem solving, teamwork, and so on. Games build a lot of skills parents sometimes don't give credit to. I was reading above my age grade because of JRPGs I was playing meant for teenagers.
Yo, talking about going back to what we said, puzzle fighter, hand-eye coordination. That's a true fact. This is what it built. This is something that is happening when you're playing the game. When you go outside, if you play baseball and you might not really put those two together, but your hand-eye coordination is up. That is something that grows, right? So if you're playing a game and then you go and you want to go and play baseball, you might have a little bit of an edge. Just because of that game, just because that little your eye moving fast and the way your fingers move have already got that connection. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of video games are like that. And a lot of video games also pump your brain. The puzzles in it. You might go through Tomb Raider. You walk through it. Exactly.
We ain't even gonna go there.
Yeah, gonna go there.
When Tomb Raider was presented to me, my uncle bought it, and I never had a PlayStation at the time. I used to have to go to Queens, all the way in Elmhurst to play. I used to go out there to play Resident Evil. I ain't have it here. I used to live down the block. Never had it, so I go to Queens. I didn't play it. I watched my uncle play it. I remember the first time seeing that big ass crocodile, that alligator coming down the sewer, and you had the whatever you had at that time, because people ain't know about cheat codes. You had to just beat it straight raw. Eventually, Game Sharks and stuff like that came out, where you knew, okay, here's the code for 99, 100 machine guns. But then you had to just do it, and like y'all used to travel for that. Like Resident Evil, again, we've taken 2 shots at it. Like it is, I think it's a staple with many of us here, you know. And what I appreciate about like gaming is, yo, you never know who games. That's why you shouldn't judge. Don't call us this stigma of a geek. That doesn't mean we're a geek. Because we just enjoy something that you don't. You know, and
it's just another level on. It's just another level. It's just it's just another one of our interests, or the person's interest, or whoever it is. It's just another part of their complexity of what makes them them. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's not anything. I know people. I have one friend that plays basketball. He's really good. He plays basketball. He plays in college. He doesn't play video games. He plays 2K really fucking good.
Surprisingly.
Because he knows the fundamentals of basketball.
No,
No,
you saw it.
I've seen
He
it.
knows
He
the
whooped
fundamentals
my
of
ass
basketball.
without knowing the game.
It translates
translates
over.
over.
Like, and
Yeah,
I think
and he's really good at
He was
playing
setting
ball as a
plays.
person, as a human being.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
This motherfucker was
And
setting
he
plays.
fucking plays 2K with us sometimes, and he's nice.
yeah. So like, even you saying that, like, that's why, like, with Uptown's Finest, arts. Everything is art. Video gaming is art. Music is art. Art is art. Everything's art, right? Video games is a part of what I do because I also included with Uptown's Finest. I try to add that, like, animation feel to what I do, to what I add. Even if it's not by the arts, it's by me. What can I do differently? I do it through the designs of my hoodies. I do it through with the labeling on my candles. Like, I do it through everything because at the end of the day, video games I know have enhanced my life. And I'm a better person because of it. And I'm grateful that I'm a better person because of it, because not a lot of people have the opportunity because they couldn't afford it. Bro, my family got
Very
together
true. Very true.
to cop me a console. I remember the first time when I first got my Game Boy, it was for Christmas. The year it came out. Yo, I didn't even have a bed. I used to sleep with my grandparents. My sister used to sleep in the room right next to us. I ran under her bed. I remember those Game Boys, the big gray ones, they didn't have color. The only color was when you turn it on, the red power button. And it dims as the battery dies. Yo, that, when I turned that on, I was like, yo, it just triggered something in my heart that has always stood with me. Video games have helped enhance my life. I know that. You know, and I don't know if a lot of people in the chat agree with it, but if you do, please let us know how gaming has enhanced your life, because I know it has for me. It inspired me, and it still inspires me to do what I do. I was just playing Dead by Daylight before they came here, and that type of game was presented to me through Brandon, and I'm like, oh my God, like, fuck, this is great.
Yo,
this is amazing.
I love watching when people stream that game. Dead by Daylight is one of the top games for me to watch. Like, so interesting. Like, there's so many things to do, but yet the game is simple. Like,
Literally, it's the simplest thing, but it's mental to hands. Yo, I'm running from Jason, from Freddy. I'm running from from Nemesis. I'm running, or you the killer, or you trying to pop this generator. I'm gonna hit you, or I'm gonna this, and like the evolution of gaming.
The builds, the way each person builds their little killer different, like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, real gaming is. Oof. Gaming is a window of opportunity to me, and I like you going back to what you were saying. How has it enhanced my life or whatever? I would personally say that gaming has got me through hard times. Like a couple of times where I was just in my crib and shit was just whack, and it's like, yo, you know, you're gonna sleep all day. Like, nah, you know what? Instead of me just, you know, being angry and being mad doing nothing, I'm gonna play some games for a little bit. I'm gonna cool off. You know what I'm saying? Recalibrate, and then I'll be back outside. I'm good. Shit is good. You know, you play games. It just takes your mind off of whatever the situation that was bothering you before for a little while. It's a distraction, but it's a good distraction. It's an entertaining distraction. It's good. You know, it's time consuming.
Yeah.
It helps you.
Yeah.
It helps you heal a little bit.
How has games for yourself?
I won't say for games, but I want to add like 2 cents of what he was saying. Like that comment of like playing RPGs where it's meant for like the older like audience. That's how I feel about anime. Like, I was watching anime that, you know, growing up we all basically watched shonen anime, which is aimed at, you know, children and teenagers. While how I started out, I was basically watching anime for adults. You know, it had, you know, the hyper violence, but it had adult concepts, and, you know, it provoked thought. You know, really understand what you're watching. And as a kid, it's hard to understand, but eventually you learn to really like grasp it and then really like get what they're talking about, and it just helps you grow from like a young age until, you know, your adulthood. And it's just like you just grow and grow and grow early on, because that's what I feel like that's the love for Japanese anime, because like they always try to educate you. They always try to teach you things that you never think you'd want to learn, like survival, things that science, anything.
Yeah.
Any theme they want to incorporate,
Yep.
you just learn about it because they're talking about it. It may be a fictional setting, but it's still real world standards that they're teaching you.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Dirty Dan, what up, Dirty Dan? In the building.
What up?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you, sir.
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
I
would love to hear your answer.
I mean, yeah. It one thing I can say is anime. So there's a song, I'm sure you've heard it, by Lupe Fiasco, where it's called "Hip Hop Saved My Life." Beautiful song. For me, it's video games and anime. I used to be in the hood, and you know, when you grow up in the hood, you can't show that you're an anime lover. You can't show that you're a video game lover unless you say the games the hood love. Back in the day, the hood loved, you know, they were okay with Mario Kart. But if you said not Mario 64, if you said like Mario Party, it was like, yo, you soft. And you're like, what? That's a beautiful game. So GoldenEye, WWF No Mercy, Halo, like some of those games, Fight Night, some of those games, not Fight Night, Ready to Rumble. Some of those games were like considered to the hood, like, yo, if you're not playing this, like, yo, you soft. And it was just like, all right, whatever. If you brought up Pokemon, even if as a guy, if you said Sailor Moon was cool, you got laughed at off rip. But that was a cool anime.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You got laughed at off rip. And you're like, but this anime rocks. Nah, bro, you watching that girly shit, get out of here, you soft.
That shit was rocking though.
Yeah, if you wasn't watching Dragon Ball Z, it was really kind of like you could go over to the side. And through anime, bless you, man.
Thank you.
It's okay. Through anime and through video games, I got to meet amazing people in my life that I could bond with. My brother Jorge, for example, we bonded through anime. Some of my best friends in high school that I grew up with because of that. One of my best friends, we became friends off of Pokemon, just the anime alone. Like, we just talked about it all day and was like, yo, why they do this in the show? Why they always do this? Why they always got the same plans and can never catch ass? Like, it was just all the questions that you had, but you had a friend that could answer them with you. Like, yo, especially me and him at the same time called each other and was like, yo, bro, did you know in the Digi world it's only like a minute? He was like, nigga, I found that shit out yesterday. Like, he blew his fucking mind. Like, nigga, bruh, what? So it's like, to have that feeling, it made me change. Because then I was like, yo, I don't want to hang out with these hood dudes no more. Because we on two different worlds. They got their shit that they like. You know, Rap City was still fire and all that, but that was their world. I wasn't on that. I was more like, yo, I'm going to go home and watch Tsunami for like 2 hours. Keep myself out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it came from me. Video games, especially the ones that you couldn't even beat. The fact that you took the time to stay off the streets and do that. Like, even my mom was always like, man, you don't want to go outside. You don't want to try to play basketball or something. And my grandmother just told her straight off the phone, God bless her heart, told her straight on the phone. She was like, I mean, y'all live in the Bronx. 9 times out of 10, a kid go play basketball, he don't come back. He don't come back. But she was like, 9 times out of 10, the kid come in the house and play video games, you know where he's at. If he don't like the game, he was gonna get mad at the game. I seen your grandson. He threw like 3 controllers, but he's still here. I was like, she ain't lying. Yeah. So it was real influential in my life. It saved my life and allowed me to make some good friends and allowed us to make this show. Yeah, it's part of the reason this show was created.
Yeah, and I think when I grew up, the word nerds meant to video gaming, to anime, to cartoons, to the way you dress, and
comic books,
everything, you know.
And
like, I think even like saying like inspiration, a lot of these things inspired my outfits, my choice of words, my swag, my this, my that. Bro, one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my life was Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Ooh. And that humor was like, wow, like you just, who doesn't watch this?
That was a great show.
And that for me, like even the Legends of Legends were on there.
Yep.
And like, you know, I'm grateful that you answer with both video games and anime. And anime doesn't just mean like the DBZs and shit of the world. It could be the SWAT Cats. It could be the Nickelodeons, the whatever. Like it could be the Real Monsters, just that animation world. That world that we was taught as geeks. Nerd. That's not that. It's just, yo, this is just, I like this. You know, just because you're insecure and don't feel something about yourself in regards to loving something the way I love this, don't bring that on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this. Don't label me as something. And I think now, presently, we are learning. There's a geek, dork, whatever you want to call it. I don't call it shit. I just call it is our revolution.
It's the culture. It's our culture.
We're coming in and letting people know, yo, stop doing that. Why? Because that's a form of bullying.
Facts.
And bullying, that shit is whack, yo. It's whack. I know what bullying is. I've experienced being bullied in life. I'm bullied every day by this corporate government. I live in a different life that I want to live because of them. Like, shit, I can't even buy certain games because I gotta pay rent or do this because of them. But you know what? It doesn't defeat the fact that I'm still gonna keep doing it because I love it.
I love it.
Amateurs, video game amateurs, we do it because we love it. That's the terminology for amateurs. Like we love it, you know. And I love what I do. I love art. I love art in every aspect. Gaming, anime, cartoon, DBZs, the Goosebumps of the world. I could go forever.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful that y'all art is this, Nerds in the Hood. Y'all bring people together.
Thank you.
You know, whether it be y'all souls or whomever it is to converse about it. I'm grateful to have had shared time, been here present, kicking it, chopping it up, chat. Thank y'all for being here.
Yep.
Rocking with us, whether you've been here for a minute, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, whether you've been chatting, whatever you're doing, thank y'all.
We appreciate y'all.
I am grateful to be a part of this because as a geek who's finally said it's okay to be a geek and do what I'm doing now, nothing's stopping me. So yo, don't stop yourself. Do whatever you want. Make sure it's good. Please practice good faith. We don't need no more bad people on this planet.
Facts.
We don't need no more nemesis on this planet.
Facts.
Gotta take care of ourselves. This younger generation needs us. I do everything I do for my niece. That's the purpose of Uptown's Finest, to inspire generation around me, whether it be gaming or not. It's just through arts. To do better, we gotta do better for ourselves, for our communities. We're one atom on this planet. Who the fuck are we to act like we're the shit? Nah, man, we gotta respect one another, respect the planet, respect culture, and yo, the planet will be much easier. Yo, we'll heal. Well, what do you do in the game? You heal. What are you taking Resident Evil, the green herb, to heal?
Word.
Like, you heal. We're all healing. We're always gonna heal. But let's speed the process up by loving on each other. Real talk. Stop this bullying shit.
With that being said, shout out where everyone can find you. Shout out your plugs. Let's tell us where we can get your information.
Before we do that, let's take this shot.
Yeah,
let's take this
shot.
shot.
I was gonna take this shot after, but I like it.
Nah,
it.
This right now, because yo, we are present. We are at the moment. Yo, thank y'all for being here. This is love for real. We are grateful, and I'll let y'all know after.
While they're taking a shot, I'm just going to read, Almighty YOG said, shout out to Grandma. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Habibi. And Sir Mongool said, Space Ghost is goated. And that is a fact. I'll agree with him on that.
I'm saying, and like, so Uptown's Finest, I put the website on the chat. It is uptownsfinest.nyc for the website. The IG is spelled differently. For those that are in the chat, I'm going to just put a random, like, smiley right now. This is the IG. And this sucks because there's a company out in Europe, I don't remember what part, but they have the original Uptown's Finest on IG. So I had to change mine differently. So whoever's in the chat, UPTWNZ Finest is Instagram. On Twitter, it's a whole different thing. I'll plug it in too. And again, outside of that is video game amateurs, but mainly it is just Uptown's Finest. I am, again, Nerds in the Hood exclusive. June 25th is the next event I plan on doing for Uptown's Finest, located at Joe's Barbershop. It's going to be popping out in Harlem.
Okay.
West Harlem is going to be fly. I'm coming in a different artistic direction I've never done, and I will never have done. Actually, no, I'm lying. This is going to be a collaborative to different people, but outside of that, I'm aiming at something huge for the 7th of July. So keep that, but most importantly, the 25th, that's going to be the next Uptown's Finest event. Beautiful barbershop that used to be a speakeasy back in the days in Harlem, West Harlem. Excuse me, a lot of famous videos were shot there. A lot of just everything happened there, but that's happening. Outside of that, the candles, again, y'all know the third scent is coming out soon. I got 2 right now. Go on the website. I don't think the candles are on the website because I'm updating. Again, and I'll remind everyone, I am one person. Yo, real talk, like I'm one person. I'm trying to keep up with my demands as much as I can, but it also requires time. Time is more important than money because you can't buy time back. I could find $1 million outside. What up? But time, I can't find 20 minutes. I'm not going to do that. So please be patient. Thank y'all for understanding. DM me for any questions. Outside of that, just converse with me. I am myself. I am Luiggy. That is my name. I'm in the hood, you know what I'm saying? You're going to catch me out here, always showing love because that's who I am. I'm a loving individual. I'm grateful for Nerdz in the Hood. June 10th, we are at Bronx Brewery, 4 p.m. I gotta say 4 p.m. because some people think 4 in the morning. I'm like, yo, we ain't throwing no after party. This ain't the after hours.
The after hours.
4 p.m. to 11 o'clock at night. It is gonna be a fun-filled night. A lot of the games we spoke about will be present.
That's a fact.
Whether you want to play it or not, it don't matter. It's gonna be present. We're gonna have a lot of I'm talking about a lot of experiences in that venue for everyone, whether it be the music, the drinks, the food, the games, the raffles, the this. It's all gonna be present. So June 10th, Bronx Brewery, pull up. I am grateful to be here with Nerdz in the Hood. I am grateful to share my space with them also. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's allowed in the space of someone, but I'm grateful to have these three kings in my home where I lay my head at. Thank y'all all for being here. Time is more important than money, so this time that y'all gave us, thank y'all for investing in us. Thank y'all for gaining whatever y'all gained from us through this. Real talk, and y'all could always go back to this on. Where could they watch the episodes? Where could they rewatch them? Talk to them, my man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I like that transition.
You know what I'm saying? This is. I'm giving him the alley-oop now. Dunk the shit. I'm too short, so I can't dunk. I never experienced that joy. I'm never gonna be able to. But yo, listen, that's alright.
Yeah. So basically, you can catch us on YouTube. This episode is gonna air on YouTube in the next couple of days. If you're following us on Instagram. It's going to be on Instagram the minute we finish airing this episode, recording this episode. And you can catch us on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. What's your favorite one? Overcast.
Oh, yeah.
Cast FM.
Yeah,
it's okay. I put him on the spot.
What's my favorite? I don't know my favorite.
The reason why he's saying that is because when he came and told me, like, yo, these are the platforms we on, he said Overcast. I said, well, we do a weather podcast.
He was like, we got a weather podcast? Yeah.
88 today.
He was like, no, bro, that's just the day. I'm like, yo, because it sounds like we about to do a weather joint.
Yeah, so catch us on those. And, of course, follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch. And follow us on Instagram. It's all good. At Nerdz in the Hood. NERDZINTHEHOOD.
Y'all in the chat, y'all in the IG.
Oh, yeah, drop that.
It's right there. Put that in there. We are grateful. Thank y'all for everything. Real talk. This has been a beautiful segment. I'm grateful to have conversed with everyone.
I wanted to say something about that.
Talk to us.
Yeah, no, I wanted to personally say, and I know my group feels the same way. Thank you for having us in your space, for being a part of Nerdz in the Hood. I feel like this conversation has just brought us closer, bro. We got to understand you as a person and all the things you are working on. Uptwnzfinest, which is something that I really feel is moving out here, and I've been watching it for a while, and I see the people that's following it. Like, yo, me and you know so many people, and you reach so many people. Like, I see your stuff all the time. I see different people on IG going to it. I see people wearing your clothes. So, you know, I appreciate you giving us, like you said, some of your time for us to understand you as a person and what makes you. You know what I'm saying? And what you've been doing out here, what you working hard on.
Yeah.
And that's what
folds over.
You know what I'm saying? And we had a good time and we enjoyed it. We talked about games. That's what we do here. And we try to bring you into a little bit of what our little piece of the pie, you feel me?
Yeah.
So
thank you, Mango, for saying it was a great episode. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and I hope, honest to God, like, I just really hope on this Monday, a lot of people come into the week, it's Monday. Today is the beginning of a new week. So through this conversation, we hope we uplifted you wherever you're at. Hope you feel a little more enlightened. We hope you feel it's okay to be a gamer, to be a geek, whatever people want to identify you. But be yourself. That's all that matters. Be yourself. That's what I'm always going to be, myself. If you know me, that's who I am. Love. Love is all I represent. And this is why I'm grateful to be here with these splendiferous gentlemen. It's been I'm probably just going to rewatch this just because, like, what we spoke about. Again, outside of this chat, I need you to give me some info. I need you to give me some info.
We talk.
And it was funny, this episode didn't happen unless I kept pressing my man here. I'm trying to be.
But on the other side though, tell him, right? I was from.
Yeah, we were trying to.
Even before when I brought him to the VGA Game and Chill at Bronx Brewery, I said, yo, my boy Luiggy said he wants to be down. Like, we were still getting our wheels turning, so it was a lot going on. But you were always in the conversation,
you were always
bro.
in the conversation. And then you came up to us and was like, yo, I want to do episodes.
And then I went to the Buddha joint.
Love the energy.
I went to the Buddha joint, and that was, that Buddha joint was out of coincidence. I was supposed to work that night. I was supposed to be at work. Because it's life shit, funny story, I parked in a bad spot, I got a boot. Alright, fuck it. Then, same day, bro, somebody crashes into my car. Legit, same day. Somebody hits the whole back of my car. So, that was another thing. So, I called out of work. I said, yo, what's popping tonight? I said, I seen your event. I seen Cash Games Day. I said, yo, I'm going out to drink. I don't care. You pressed me at the bar. I put it in the calendar right there.
Yo.
I sent the text message in my group chat. Said, "Yo, Luiggy wants to be on this day. We're gonna make it happen." Here we are.
Yeah, and again, it leads back to what I said earlier. Just do it.
Right.
Just do it.
Just do
Get
it.
up and do it. Whatever you believe, you want to be an expert gamer, expert streamer, whatever you want to do, just do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the best gamer. You could probably produce music for a game. Don't stick to one avenue.
Yep.
Choose what you want. There's multiple things to do on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's about. Challenging yourself to do better every single day. Every day counts. Every day, every moment, every minute. You'll never relive it again. Everything's different because time goes forward. One thing as humans that we share together is the same 24 hours. What you doing in the 24 hours? I know lately I've been gaming with my 24 hours because, I want that. I've worked myself up to be able to do that. I've been able to work myself up to be able to watch. And again, that doesn't mean the work stops because I got a whole last summer. And again, I hope everyone follows the page, gets to know me. I promise you, you will absolutely enjoy what I rock out with and what I do. So shouts to everybody in here again. Like, I'm just grateful to be here with y'all, yo.
And we're grateful to have you, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the wisdom and everything you were speaking, the energy. Like I said, just follow him, follow us. You know what we're about. You know what we do. We have more fun on TikTok because we got anime and rap intros. We gave you one today.
Absolutely, yo. And I'm going to keep it a stack. I'm like, my heart feels so full. Like, I got one. Like, what? Like, if I had a digital frame, I'd frame it and I'd put it on my wall right now. Like, come on.
We dropped one just for you.
I was in the crib. I had something else lined up, and I said, I'll push it back and make a new one just for my man. Because they told me he was a Gundam man. So I said, I'm dead ass. I was like, I'm going to make this one. Yeah. Bad fact, because we was chopping up earlier, and I saw you had the picture with Prodigy. I'm going to do a Prodigy one for you on Wednesday.
Prodigy's music was just re-released on all streaming. I'm promoted for him, the man's. Rest in peace, Prodigy, one of the greatest humans that ever walked. Yo, they re-released his music on all streaming platforms. So thank you for even knowing that knowing that you're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's like, I've learned to cry through the pandemic, right? I lost my best friend on my block. Yo, and to this day, I'm gonna be real. Like, I haven't recovered. I miss the man every day because I don't see him walking on the block. You know how we used to come home and see that, like, yo, 5 o'clock, I gotta, like, and you just know. Yeah. I knew that when I stepped out my building, yo, here's my man George. Yo, what's good? And knowing that when he died, it was like everything changed, right? And I learned to become more emotional, let it out. And I think it's because my body held so much that it finally said, you know what? This is your pressure point. Let it out. Your tea kettle's gonna explode, right? So when I say emotional, yo, before I go to sleep, I always give a prayer out. I'm more spiritual than religious. I let a prayer out to the universe for my friends, for everyone who shows me love at whatever magnitude they do, for them to live another day, for them to show more love that they've been showing. And like, yeah, man, when I say emotional, I mean it. Like, damn, I'm gonna lay in bed tonight, like, wow, like, this happened on this day of my life, and I'm grateful for y'all.
Yeah, of course.
You the man.
Of course.
Y'all nerds in the hood.
Yeah.
Y'all wildin' if y'all not following what they do. Y'all wildin'. Don't wild out like that.
Likewise on
Don't
this
wild out. Come on.
end. Follow Uptown's Finest. Follow GTA Video Game Amateurs.
Keep an eye
They're
out
all
for
good.
this guy right here. Bro. He's a problem outside, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
You're gonna see him on TV real soon. I promise you that. Yeah.
That's real nice.
You know what I'm saying? He's outside. He's doing things. He's making moves, and he's representing what he believes in, and I love that. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
But you know what else you gonna see on TV? Your boy More Black.
Hey, son, signing out.
And McGee.
And your boy, the stash bandit Luiggy.
Hey.
Uptown's finest. You heard?
And we are off this, people.
Yeah.
We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Much
Home
love,
Fake
y'all.
Gamers, we see you. We appreciate
Yo,
y'all.
Fake
Yo,
Gamers.
yo,
Shout out to
appreciate
everyone
y'all.
that's been here the whole time.
Yo,
Shout out to
facts.
Mangu,
Mangu.
Habibi, Fake Gamers.
Yeah.
Yo, there was so
Yo.
many names out there.
Yep.
Yeah, nah, I'm gonna be real. I don't know how to keep up with everyone.
Yeah.
Because we've literally had a consistent flow
Yeah.
of love.
Yeah.
So, as in Dragon Ball Z, that spirit bomb that y'all gave to us, we're gonna throw it right back out, y'all. We're gonna throw it at y'all because we're gonna end it. Thank y'all
Yes.
so much. All the love, real talk, all the love. Like,
Yeah.
we love y'all. Nosotros los amamos a ustedes. Con mucho amor. Have a good night.
Yo, good night. Later.
Appreciate y'all. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Dad will be back.